to get it out there. Whose mic needed to switch? Let's switch it out. Ain't nothing worse than that. They can't hear you. That's the second. Yeah, it's always you. You must got some hot breath. Burning through cables. They be, he got to go to Monster.
Cheap. We call the guitar center guy.
Yeah, he gonna be mad. He gonna come in here madder than he was already mad.
Look at the table again.
That third mic, dirty sucker.
I read an article the other day about a lady in China who had gone to a karaoke thing, and she got herpes from the microphone.
Oh no!
Is she? Is that what she said?
One of these mics.
It sounds like
from a mic.
It sounds
from
like
a mic.
It wasn't the mic,
It was just the wrong mic.
she rocked the wrong mic. That's what it was.
It was Mike from Detroit.
Hey, one of these mics got a little something on it around here.
I was gonna ask you if it's one of the white stains on it.
She had to tell her husband something. You know it was ladies' night, karaoke, it gets wild. I really got into it.
I hit that high note.
Yeah, if she don't stop lying, I would throw that lawsuit out and throw her in jail for that
They said.
karaoke mic. Yeah, I don't know. And then herpes, that don't go away, so she forever.
No, forever.
Damn.
Ever.
Damn, she gonna have a breakout every song. Come on. So I went to Cabo, hated it. Let me stop. I love Cabo. I'm just tired of going to the same spot. I'm tired of traveling. I'm tired of landing somewhere and thinking in my head, damn, I could have did this at the crib. I mean, and that's happening too often with my wife. But I do everything she wants so she can just be nice for 8 seconds. Like, you know what I'm saying? 8 seconds a day is all I need. Dog, my wife literally is.
You need a hug.
You need a
No,
house
I need a
in
new wife.
Cabo. You need a house in Cabo.
I need a house in Cabo. Oh, I was thinking
Because you
about
go
that.
there so much that you can, when you're not there, you could just rent it out.
Here we go.
It'll
Here
pay
go
for itself.
Toro
And
again.
pays for itself.
It'll pay for
So
itself.
now your vacations is free every year.
I like all of that. I like all of that. I like all of that. I went to Chileno Bay, which is an amazing spot out there. That's like ultra high net worth. Like, I don't think I even qualify. Everybody in there, you're like, yo, so what are you up to? He's like, yeah, just looking at deals. Retired. I'm like, oh, what'd you used to do? I ran casinos. I'm like, oh, how many? All of them. Like, we golfed with the dude who ran the Cosmo when the Cosmo went. Remember when Cosmo all of a sudden become it? Mm-hmm. He was that guy, and then he took his money. He took it from, I think, $1 billion to $5 billion. And we over there golfing. I just was like, dog, you need anything?
You need some water?
You need some water? And I live in your third house. And I was like, so which house is yours? And you in Chileno Bay, if you ever been there or seen it, it's like all these houses, all of this. And then he's like, God dang. I was like, yeah.
He's like, that whole cliff.
That up there.
He was the overlord.
Yeah. His wife was nice. Nah, but this is how the trip started. So my wife's a perfectionist. She actually not only is a perfectionist in her head, she thinks she's perfect, which is hilarious to me because I'm like, baby, you know how many times you do leave the garage open or you do leave that light on? But I get a text every time I do it. So I'm like, all right, we are driving to the airport. We're driving to Burbank Airport. We are checking in. The guy is looking at us like, okay, what's your name again? Okay, ID's here. Oh. Your name? Okay. You have a confirmation number? So now I'm like, what's going on? I'm like,
Is it just the two of you? Or
just
you
the two
kids?
of us. Yep,
Okay.
yep. She left her side. Good job. So it's just us two, kids not going. Another thing, that's why I don't like going anywhere. I'm like, dog, I can't take my itty bitties. But then when you take them, you need another vacation after that vacation.
You need a vacation for the vacation.
Sure. Little kids. Oh. So we in line, name, ID, confirmation number. He's still looking at us like, are you guys going to Cabo? And we were like, yeah. He was like, oh, you're at the wrong airport. Oh, buddy. No. Now, immediately, I had the biggest smile ever inside.
Got him.
In my mind, got him. First of all, jackpot on her, 777s. I'm like, you done. All right. And I'm waiting for her to break stairs so I can say, yeah. Like the kids be doing,
Yeah, you know you done left that.
You know you're right. You dropped a bottle of beer. So I'm thinking that, and then I'm like, oh, we could go to the game. I was like, oh, I could get back to MJ's game. We could watch the tournament, blah, blah. I'm like, I think we're not going to Cabo because it's like one flight a day or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, we ain't going. And then he was like, yeah, that's at LAX. He's like, don't feel bad. And I was like, no, make her feel bad. He was like, no, feel bad. He was like, that happens a lot more than you think. All right. So then she's like, what do we do, honey? Now, I'm always Captain Calm, right? I was like, baby, check and see if there's other flights there because we're going to miss this one. I can't believe I did it. I was like, baby, this is not the time to talk about the shot you just missed. Make the next one, right? So then she finally recovers. She just beats herself up, so I don't do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's see-through. And then when she got better, I beat her up. I was like, you suck.
Once you got your confidence back, now I
You
can
feeling good now? Now feel bad. So anyway, turns out it was another flight. It actually worked out because we got the pregame at LAX at the lounge and chilling. So it worked out. We got there. And to her credit, she told everybody the accurate story. Because typically when she messes up, there's an absence in the story. There's a void, like, or she'll blame me. And I'm like, dog. Finally, she told everybody. We got there. It was a great time. It was a great event, all that good stuff. I don't like travel. I'm a Scrooge to travel. And every vacation, she brings it up around a bunch of strangers in the pool. Like, he hates traveling. And I'm like, you bring this up every time we travel, and you bring this up a lot. That means we travel a lot. You know what I mean? So it's not me, but I just hate travel.
Do you think that's because you played in the league and you had to travel so much?
Yes, that's the good way.
And the reason why I said that, because I was watching the other day when we were talking about the concerts, and both of us worked in entertainment. And I went to so many concerts, like back in the day, that I'm just
done with
I have no desire to be there.
No,
so I
no
thought about
concert.
that with you.
Yeah.
Like you traveled every week and constantly, like while you played.
Yeah. Where were you last week in the pool? Well, you just jump in there, Cabo, and say, leave him alone. Because everybody beats me up because we're all on vacation. And everybody's like, why are you like that? And the good answer is that. The bad answer is what I really feel, and sometimes the asshole in me comes out, which is I had a better 20s and 30s than you. So I am fatigued of all this, like, oh my God, restaurant, oh my God, nice out.
That's a real answer.
That
might be one of the realest answers.
And so I say that every now and then when they start really trying to come on, I'm like, and then they're like, oh. And then I say, all right, let me put it in your terms. Would any of you ladies want to go clubbing right now? Clubbing? I don't know. I haven't clubbed in 10 years because they all passed that. They loungers or dinners, right? I was like, exactly. So if some 22-year-old come up to you tomorrow, let's go to the club tonight. You're not going, right? You're not going to Mandala or whatever the hell. So then I flip it on them, and then they kind of get quiet. And they just walk away and think I'm an asshole. I'm sure, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so
done that.
I'm traveled off. Like, when you get a schedule in April that says you have to be here and work, it feels good when you're like first doing it. And then after you did it, and then after you're done doing it, and then ESPN stuff. But when you're done, and these sound like some high society problems, and I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you the real.
Speak your truth.
When you're done, thank you. When you're done, you're like, I'm done. I wished I could have had a family, a backyard, and just play with some itty bitties when I was in the league chasing, the money and the opportunity. So now I'm here, I'm like, can I do that? But I met a wife who has the energy of somebody who didn't play in the league yet and wants to go get it. So that's my long-winded way of saying I'm staying home. I'll see you on the next trip.
So do you don't like to explore different cities or different countries? Like, do you just do the resort thing, or do you explore the culture and get out and see how it works?
Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, to me, everywhere you go, there you are. Okay. To me, there's nothing new under the sun. So when I go to this beach that's bluer than that beach, it's just still a beach, and it's still sand, it's still water. And did I really leave my house and my itty bitties to travel half this world to see a different color of water? Like, that's not it. And there's people talking different languages. With all this damn AI, I can speak 100 languages too. I can just speak it to my phone. And talk back. Like, I'm like, now culture, you give me some of the food. It's like, damn, I ain't never had that.
Right.
Some of the people, you can see women that you never, like, oh my God, dang, like, I saw a girl in Brazil that was darker than me and had blonde hair, and I was
Unicorn.
like, "What, green eyes?"
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot her name. Let me. I didn't even speak. I was just like, I was at the beach. I was like, "What is
got
this?"
your name too.
I forgot my name too. But I get it. But I guess I don't know if I'm that curious for that journey.
That's honest. I can respect that.
But you are. I know you're a traveler.
I mean, I enjoy traveling. I love traveling, but I didn't start doing it until I got married, really, or met my wife, really. Like, so, and she opened that whole world to me as far as going out. And
that ain't even a flag.
Is that a flag?
It's just like, damn, that's unnecessary roughness. He said she turfed you out.
oh shit!
So said I ain't do it till my wife came around.
that Diddy meal audio, like whatever the hell.
But it was traveling with that baby oil.
Not that baby oil.
Golly.
But I appreciate every second of it as far as like seeing different cultures and learning, like seeing how the world works outside of the United States and being able to gain a level of appreciation for simplicity and there's different things that wasn't even on my radar until I started traveling.
Damn.
I've always been the opposite. Like everywhere we've traveled, my wife loves to explore and see the place, and I'm the one that's like, I just want to sit by the pool.
Okay.
Like I don't want to do nothing.
You're Anna Marie.
You vacation.
and me a little bit. Yeah, vacation.
You vacation, she
I feel
travels.
like I want to do
good
absolutely nothing. I just want to relax.
I've never heard it that way. You vacation, I vacation, and you travel.
Right.
Like when we go into the village and stuff, I'm good and I like it because I'm like, this is real life. Like, and usually it's like people living the most simple life. And I'm like, look how happy they are. Or they appreciate. Or even if they mad, it's still like real life doesn't have to be on your level. It could be higher. Chileno Bay, I don't qualify for that. I don't think I do. And I'm like, them dudes are rich, right? And then you see kids walking around and they just like, their community pool is the same water structure. I'm telling y'all real. Just a little smaller than there's an amusement park in the Bahamas. It's an amusement park in the Bahamas.
The Bahamar?
Bahamar. But at Chileno Bay, that's their community pool. These they have this big water feature where it fills up this like 200,000 gallon cup and then it spills over. Oh, yeah. And we were playing pickleball for like 4 hours. You know how many kids got under there? Zero. The water just going this. Nobody here. And that's their community pool. I was like, these rich mods. So the point is, I like the vacation, but then if I'm drinking and chilling by the pool, why am I not just in LA at the house or your house or your house? You know what I mean? Like,
because it takes you out of your own environment.
I
Even
don't
though
wanna
it's the
go.
same thing, it's a different world. You're not around your normal conveniences. You're not around your everyday people who just may pop up on you or call you. You're just separated from.
So you want to pay 4 times as much for the curtain?
No, I don't want to, but I do like being out of the elements.
And it's good to get away from your stressors.
Right.
You know, the things that stress you out every day.
What stresses you out? What stresses me out? What stresses anybody out?
These hoes.
Trying to remember her name.
But Rich, you're onto something, right? Your brain turns off. You don't think the same. When you're at home, you're probably thinking about everything you think about every day. Habits,
True.
routine.
Right. Yeah.
When you're on vacation, you
Disconnect.
Yeah, you disconnect.
You
don't
do?
have that routine.
What is
The
that?
routine is wake up,
I'm
go to the
about to-
swim bar.
But I don't
The thought of
disconnect.
it is nice.
Yeah, I don't even disconnect because I like my day. I like my life now. I'm not lying. I'm like, stress? No, there's things I think about. There's things I prioritize and things that have bad consequences.
Routine like the kids.
Yeah.
You didn't have the kids with you on your vacation.
And that's why I was mad. I wanted my kids. I was happy when we were at the wrong airport. I was like, I get to watch MJ play. He ends up spraining his ankle. I'm not even there. He's calling me. I'm on an airplane the second time. And I'm like, okay, what happened? And I'm sitting there imagining worse, probably. And he's okay. But the point is,
Just breaking federal laws, talking on the airplane.
no. We hadn't taken off yet. The lady was looking at me like,
I was gonna say, was this a private jet?
you know how he do. That's how he flew out of Burbank.
Right.
not I. I have never paid for a private jet in my life.
Never paid for it. I mean, you
Okay,
ain't been on it.
I've been on some.
You ain't-
Freeload like a motherfucker. But no, I'm sitting there. I don't disconnect. This sounds crazy, but this is real. I literally, when I was little, like young, the first things of like conscious thought, like planning my life out was like, okay, go underwater until you're 18. Like, do well in school. Like, that's what I was saying. Don't gangbang. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't chase the fine girl. Walk with the fine girl, but if she going down the bad path, leave her alone. Because I was like, I saw too many people not do it or make it, and my family all caught up in it. And I was like, all right, hold your breath till you're 18. Then at 18, see how good life is. So I was like, all right, go to college. Then I was like, all right, now you got to make it happen in college. You ain't got to hold your breath as much, because I was like, nobody care about your grades, but graduate this motherfucker. Then I was like, all right, I got drafted. I was like, ball out and set yourself up so you can just chill out. And chill out doesn't mean you don't do anything. It just means now you got things where you want them. And now I'm 50 and I'm like, I don't want to be on a quest. And I'm like, the things worked out the way they're supposed to work out, and I'm happy for them. So I like to connect to my day-to-day. I took my kids to school this morning. I got to pick them up again this afternoon. Sorry, pickleball, y'all can have fun. But the point, like, I hear parent after parent say that. They're like, oh, they're just so bad and so bad. And they really kind of mean it. And they be like, oh, I can't. I love this party just a couple hours away from. And I'm like, damn. Am I that different? Am I that weird? Or is it because I had a child and I was disconnected from her? So now I'm so, like, over connected. Because Morocco, I was like, damn, I can't be with my baby. And now I'm going to be with my babies, right? So I feel a little of that.
I think that's what it is.
Think that's what it is?
Like now you're like almost, I won't say overcompensating because I think you actually enjoy it, but it could be a little overcompensating.
No,
It's definitely
You missed
overcompensating.
that.
I think it is.
You missed those years with your oldest.
I missed it, yeah.
And that's a blessing. You get to wake up with your kids every day, take them to school, pick them up. It's a lot of people that's not fortunate like that.
Man, say that. She 26 now. Peep game. MJ's 9. He's halfway out the house already. Because, 18, you college somewhere, right? Or something. And I'm like I was waking up this morning, and I was looking at him like, this dude halfway there already gone. And when he gone, I know my wife gonna be like, it's on, right? And I'll be like, empty nest is just like, oh.
I mean, you still got the other two. Richie forgot about the
way to go.
It's different. One boy, two girls. It's different. It's different.
Don't shake your head.
Go outside.
Slide a plate under the door.
Yeah. Cell block 3 and 4.
No, but Justin, you nailed it. It's overcompensating is not a bad word because I'll admit too, I do everything you do. I love being around my kids. I'll sacrifice my day and my personal activities for them because my dad was never around. He was too busy working. Not that he didn't want to be around, but he was working Monday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the liquor store. So because I was missing my father figure, I'm making up for it.
Boy, I can't believe we didn't jump on that joke.
It was just waiting like somebody take the bait.
I never knew your daddy owned a liquor store?
Yeah. They own a liquor store.
During the time of the riots?
You're
Yes,
so
they did.
stupid.
They did.
I mean, we let the first one slide. Like, come on. We gonna
Wow.
He was the one on
Can
the
you?
roof, on the roof with the
Oh no!
Can you?
Oh no!
Can you not be a stereotype? Like, let me stop. We got a Korean store owner.
Every liquor store owner was Korean back then.
Back now.
Not now.
Still like that now. What are you like? All right. What is typical
No
of
wonder
us?
Gene is so comfortable with us.
Oh yeah. Y'all been shopping with us, buying y'all Snickers and stuff. Hold on. So what's the stereotype of us like in that?
There's a list.
Okay, give me some. What is it like in that realm? Not like
Like
we eat
working?
chicken and stuff, but what is ours? Like working. What's a black? Oh, working at a phone
TSA.
company. Phone company or post office?
office.
Yeah, post office.
And both my parents worked at the post office. I love you, Gene.
Mine did too.
Yours
TSA is
did
one of those.
Mine did too.
Is it now?
Any government job.
too. TSA?
Everybody that works in TSA be black.
That is real.
Every
Damn.
This
Time.
government
Airport.
jobs, period.
Almost every airport.
Damn.
That was us.
That is us, huh?
Yeah.
I guess we feel safe. Safe around them brothers.
Them checks cash.
Dog.
I didn't get some things through.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, it's,
First of all, some of them.
There's
Some
a
of them.
trick to get things through TSA. I'm not gonna say it on
Oh,
camera.
okay.
There's a trick.
It's a couple of them that look all right.
ice is at the door.
Hydration. Real ice. Hey, TSA, you ever catch do y'all do this? Sometimes you see a woman and she's working or she's doing something, you just be like, she too fine for that.
She got that wagon on her. Every time I go to the airport, it's a TSA agent that got them little blue khakis
They
on.
be cheeked out.
And that belt is holding on for dear life.
Blaze has a polyester fetish.
So stupid.
That belt is like this.
He's like, boy,
I
those,
see that.
Blaze is like, ooh, those pants are shining.
That belt is struggling.
They be looking for weapons. Like, search me. I'm a face person, so I'm more of like, she's beautiful. Like, but I know you go to Miami a lot. / you from New York. Y'all East.
I mean, I like face. I like the face.
Okay,
The
could
face
we-
card is number one.
Okay,
But
good.
I'm not oblivious to the other stuff.
Okay, yeah. So I've seen that there at TSA sometimes. Be like, what's going on? Like, why are you working here? Like, you so fine that I know some dude tried to save you. Why you didn't want to save, right? or at the bus stop. You ever see somebody like you driving, you at a red light, you look, you're like,
Boy.
you're like, what just happened? like, you're at the bus?
I don't be looking.
Oh, you don't look?
Not at the bus stop.
You don't look at people at the bus stop? I said, I didn't say you're looking for girls. You're looking at a bus stop and you're like, oh my God. You don't look at the people at the bus
Nah,
stop?
I think you working if you at the bus stop. A different type of working.
Oh,
Why
wow.
you at the bus stop?
I don't know what.
In New York, yes. Here,
no way.
Here, no.
That's
I think you on some or something's going on that you at the bus stop. If you look, I'm talking
No,
about
that's
if you
my
look
point.
like that.
That's
like
my
if you-
point. And isn't that wrong or not only wrong, like they actually could just be fine, just don't have enough for a car payment. Or like, why is a fine girl at a bus stop? You always think something wrong, right?
Well, shit, that girl you told us about that worked in the restaurant was a waitress.
But yeah, but that's different.
Yeah,
No, it
waitress a
ain't.
little different.
Because waitresses are
How?
like baby actresses. They
Yeah,
trying to
they
get
have
somewhere.
other aspirations.
I don't want to be a model and video vixen, so I'm gonna be a waitress.
And that was at the Shark Bar, right, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Shark Bar was different. That was
Yeah.
Club.
yeah. Somebody in Atlanta. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just think of all these quirky things. This is why I don't need to go on vacation. Why disconnect from that thought? Why she at that bus stop? She fine. Like, you know what I mean? Why I need to be in damn Cuba to be like,
Looking at the ones in Cuba. All of the same.
that's called Instagram. All right, what
Plus you had your second kids later
Yeah.
in life, so you almost damn
mature.
more like a grandfather approach. In the
He's
approach.
not that old.
No,
No, I mean in
on to
the
something.
in the approach.
But yeah, he had him in his.
In
I'm
his
gonna be
40s.
63 at
You
the
ain't
graduation. When Olivia,
That's-
if she,
that's
when,
it. That's-
Olivia's
that's that
GED, when she get her GED, little ass. She actually our smartest kid, like naturally. But that's 63. Yeah, 13 years from now, she's 5. Yeah. So that's granddaddy.
But you ain't.
That-
You're not
Shit, there's
granddad
some,
when
there's
you
some
had him.
great
Not
granddaddies
when you
at
have 'em.
63.
Yeah, true, huh?
But you're not in granddaddy mode when you had them. You were still young enough.
Yeah.
Well, but he had
Relevant.
already had a daughter.
40.
So, and his perspective had already changed. He had
you have a more
already
mature
finished the
outlook.
whole career.
Yeah.
So that's
That
granddaddy.
is
on your
granddaddy.
second
That's
career.
why I don't like.
That's
Old
granddaddy.
people like traveling. Other than the travel part, I'm an old man. I want to sit still. I don't understand why people don't like that. But some people say they don't like their thoughts all day, every day. And like you said, they want to disconnect. But I'm like, all right, you tell me. What are you disconnecting
It's
from?
not disconnecting. So I went.
that's
to
your word.
I went to Big Bear last week. Quick shout out to Captain Sean of Fish Big Bear. He saved my trip. Went out there for fishing, and there's supposed to be a pirate boat out there. Both of them got canceled. So this dude Sean texted him, said, "Hey, my vacation got ruined. I know you said you're fully booked. Can you do anything for me?" He went out of his way, found 2 hours out of his normal working days. Took my kids out. We got some fish. So just wanted to do a shout out to him. But
that's nice.
we went out there for that reason because, yeah, maybe it's an old head talking, but the kids love being on their iPad, Switch, Minecraft. That's all they do, right?
Oh, yeah.
But this trip, a little old school. It's Big Bear. You got those old toy shops.
Yeah.
Go hiking. We're on a boat fishing. No devices.
No.
Just us. Let's look at each other, talk to each other, hang out. You know, a couple more years, MG's not going to want to be around you, I don't think. I don't think Nathan's going to want to be around me
Oh,
a
he
couple
gonna
more
get forced.
years.
He gonna know what assault looks like.
So it's not a
MJ.
disconnect. It's an intentional way of getting away from. And I'm on my phone all day, to be quite honest, right? Watching our clips, right? Watching just on the phone
On the
all
phone.
day long, right? And
Yeah.
so this forces me to also disconnect in that way. Disconnect from just constant.
Could you do that at home? My first thought is, why does the environment change the behavior? Are you more that type, like you're a product of your environment, or are you more I produce so I can turn off no phone day? Like some people, you walk in their house, they like no phone, no shoes.
Yeah.
Some people like at dinner, no phone. Like you ever try that, or you don't even think like that?
No, I mean, I'm not doing that at dinner time, and obviously we're out all the time for practices and stuff, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not on our phones for that.
I don't do it either. I'm just saying, do you have to go somewhere so things can feel and be different versus
It's almost,
make
yeah,
that-
like it forces that behavior to say, okay, it's not at all, right? Even at nighttime, no phone. Let's just, you
yeah.
know.
But it,
Yeah,
it
but-
typically will take me 2 or 3 days though to actually feel like I've disconnected. You know what I mean? So if I'm gone for like 4 days, I really only have that one really restful day.
Yeah.
Because that first couple of days, my mind is still moving like it was. When I was
For a
at home.
long distance trip where you're flying, yes, but this is a 2-hour, 3-hour drive.
Yeah, this
you
ain't
know,
nothing.
you're not. Yeah, if you're going international, you need like a 7-10 day kind of getaway.
Oh, God, that sounds torturous.
But you see what he did though. They went in and explored. They went fishing. They went to a little town, explored like
You ever been to Long Beach?
No, but this is at a lake, right?
You gotta do stuff.
Hey, I just caught a snoop. What's up with you? What's going on with y'all?
I'm tired this morning.
You are? I'm
Yeah,
with
I
you.
got up and I ran this morning.
Where'd you run?
I ran sprints.
Oh wow. To the elevator.
I'm about to say sprints. What is a sprint to a 60-year-old man?
Hundreds. I ran 2100s.
Where?
Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks Park.
You got it in?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
That's,
It
you
ain't
know
a
what?
midlife crisis.
No,
crisis.
just,
It's a
Them young girls, but they got you.
not the mid.
Who'd you find?
Them young girls.
do that to
They getting shape. You gotta get back in game shape.
Early Santa. What you training for? You better stop playing Christmas on the day I get love.
Man, listen.
Oh, you trying to run it off?
Yeah, because you know
okay,
what?
yeah.
I want my pickle game to keep elevating.
Which one?
Which
Which one? Which one?
He like, this ain't gonna get no bigger, so let's make this smaller. Save that. Doesn't that work? That's how that work, right? I don't need a bigger car, need a smaller garage. Golly, you need to stop dating young, dog. You set yourself up on that one. Dog,
was a
Stay tuned
slam
for
dunk.
episode 34.
I couldn't even get the joke out.
you dating too young, dog. They got unrealistic demands. They asked my boy.
He got him running hundreds.
Trying to get my
Shit.
There's 20-year-olds that ain't running hundreds that run track.
Right. 20 of them too. I respect that though.
I thought you would do the OG workout. Everybody run the straights, walk the curves, walk.
No, during COVID, I started a running group with my friends, and I got the idea from Kendall Gill.
Oh, yeah.
It's called 60-40s. So you sprint 60 yards, you jog 40. Turn around, sprint 60 yards, you jog 40. First day you do 20, and then you add one every day, and we added one every day all the way to 50.
Wow.
And then we subtracted one every day all the way back down to 20, and then we stayed at 20 for maintenance.
Yeah.
And we all got in crazy shape during COVID.
Yeah.
It gave us an opportunity to hang out with each other outside, and we still run, maintenance runs. I don't do it that often because my knees kind of got jacked up. But I was like, I got to start running again because I want my feet to be able to move on the pickleball court, and constant moving, and that's the key to the sport. So I'm like, it's not gonna happen by itself. Get your ass up and run.
lateral movement too, or you just because you need that for pickleball.
For this, I'm just running up and down.
Yeah.
I mean, I do jump rope.
You gotta use.
I started
you gotta
jumping
go side
rope
to
again.
side. You get them twitch muscles going too.
Yeah.
I know. I have the same thought. My hip is just, it reminds me. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just like, all right, dog, go ahead and play that pickle. I played 4 hours in Cabo one day, and we got it in.
They was playing it out there. They was playing pickleball out there.
Oh, yeah. I met a lady. So the wife of the guy who ran those casinos, she was big into pickleball. Like, me and him connected, but he was a golfer. And so he was giving me the Heisman a little bit. He was like, yeah, nice meeting you. Because my golf game is suspect. But my pickleball game, I can hold my own. Wifey loved it. She was like, come over tomorrow. We're going to play in the backyard. I mean, in the community. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Showed up early, played with another guy, Justin Watson, who's a former football player. And we were tearing people up, dog. We played for 4 hours, dog. And then there was one guy that was wearing me out. But other than that vacation. What's new with y'all, man? What's new? Anything over here?
Hold on. I got something I gotta give you. Actually, it's for MJ.
I'm about to say, you better be for somebody else. That's just a medium. Oh, yes. Tournament champs, huh? I love this.
Tournament champs, you should have been there.
Yeah.
You saw, I know you were there for our first game where we got our butts whooped. It was ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Man, our boys played real defense. Damn. You should have seen it. The help defense, they were playing for each other, right? You see Miles and Nate up there. If they got beat at the three-point line, you see Aiden and Cameron collapse. 3 guys on number 9. Number 9 couldn't do anything.
Really? He couldn't get off? Dog, this number 9?
Oh, this.
So wait,
Oh, here.
so wait, are you?
What I say?
What I gathered from that story is you're saying they played better when he wasn't there. Is that what you're trying to say?
Right?
No, when MG was on, he was on. It was incredible. When he came back healthy, he shocked everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's balling.
blew
He
people's.
got
Yeah, MG was really
He didn't
good.
play this game when they played this number 9 kid.
Yeah, he's
Hurt. He sprained his ankle.
Yeah.
Dog, this number 9 kid, that game I saw, I was like, special. And then they shut him down, sounds like.
Yeah, no, he would step back, take threes. Made 3 or 4 in a row that first game, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
stopped it.
Yeah.
We tired him out. We forced him to drive, so
love
we
that.
made his legs get tired and couldn't do that anymore.
Recover.
So,
Look at us.
yeah, we
responding.
made the adjustment.
Strategy.
We made that adjustment.
Oh, look at that. Can I get the shirt? What you doing? and shout out to all these AAUs and all that. Y'all playing it real cheap. I'm just telling y'all. And this is no. I'm not pointing out one. I'm pointing them all out. When I grew up, man, I had by the age of 10 running track, playing football and basketball, probably 200-300 trophies, medals, and stuff. Because everything you did, they gave you something for real.
Even if you lost?
Yeah, it would go first for sure. The first
Participation trophies. Yeah, I didn't get those.
I love that too.
We didn't
but
get
we'll
those.
talk through that. No, we talking about in the competition. So we do a tournament, we do a track meet, we do a football. You get a trophy or a medal. First, second, third in track, and then they would go 4th, 5th, 6th ribbons.
Yep.
They play 4 games. This you can't watch it. You watch this is a wrap. I'm like, and they won. This is the winner.
We got a plaque. Right?
Who-
But that's
who's
gonna
we?
The coach got a plaque.
Yeah, Jesse. All the kids played.
Right.
I mean, I'm just
Well,
telling you.
all the
It's,
kids should have got trophies if they won.
yes.
Even the little cheap ones.
Nah,
Dog,
there's no trophy. Yeah,
Dog,
it's just T-shirts.
I give NFL flag their due. When you win that, they give you the little ring. I mean, these things don't cost that much. You go to Amazon and get 10 trophies for like $10.
Yeah, them trophies are cheap.
I'm like, why they don't get these kids that?
And you hold them forever.
Yeah, dog. I had them all stacked up. You move a few times, then you kind of it loses its connection and value, and they're on the box somewhere. But I look at these AAUs, I'm like, dog, you're doing a lot, and they don't get these kids jack.
You're onto something because Nathan is saying something. He got the shirt and he goes, "How come none of the tournaments give out trophies? I missed the one tournament where we did get one. He had the sprained ankle. He's like, I want to go to a tournament where we get a medal or a trophy for
You
the
know what?
championship."
I'm gonna stop talking because I sound like I'm complaining. I'm gonna actually figure it out. But then I'll be mad if we don't win these tournaments.
No return on your investment.
But you do look out for the kids, and the kids will appreciate that.
I know, but then where do I start and end is the question. Because I'm really trying to just make sure our 9U. I mean, it's gonna be then it's 10U, 14U. I gotta figure that out. But I do want to give these kids something because they are missing out.
Sponsoring trophies is not a hard thing to do.
But there's a lot of teams. There's a lot. Well, it's only a division.
Well, I'm saying only
so
first, second, and third.
Okay.
So you only give it to the winners. Don't give
Yeah,
it to
I'm not
everybody.
giving fourth place.
No.
Sorry, Richie.
No.
I'm not giving fourth place a trophy.
Now, y'all know, I sound like nobody in here except maybe me supports participation trophies? No. You don't?
Up to a certain age.
I think that encourages
You
losing.
don't. Okay, I'm listening. Why?
That's like saying congratulations for waking up.
Yeah, like the whole goal of
it's
getting
not.
a trophy, you want that trophy because you want to feel like you won. Right. Like you put in the effort, you put in the time, you overcame whatever the obstacle was to earn that trophy. You get a trophy just for being there. It's like
Not just for being
it loses
there.
value.
Not just for second grade. I stopped doing it with third grade, but when I was coaching second grade kids, I would do individualized trophies that called out what they stood out for, whether it's most improved or best defensive player, rebound machine, best handles, best three, something to help.
But are you
encourage them.
making up something for some kid? Because there's
No, it's for everyone on the team.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
That's-
there's a kid on the team that ain't best at nothing. But
Right.
you just gave him something.
That's what I was gonna say. That sounded
Be real.
beautiful, but that's why
I've
these
never
kids.
seen a
That's
team
where
where somebody
effort.
ain't good
Sometimes it's where you give the iron will, attitude, effort. That's still rewarding.
That's why these kids are soft now.
Well, my theory, before we all just beat this up, 'cause this is a great topic. I love participation trophies no matter what, because one, winners should get the biggest trophy.
Yeah,
Right.
And then it should get smaller and smaller. But at the end of the year ceremony, whatever you want to call it, everyone who committed, that didn't stay at home playing Minecraft, that actually came to practice, that actually went to the meeting, took last, got their butt beat in. Sorry. Just got
kids. So we're gonna let you slide.
Just got destroyed. Just got killed. Just felt bad. Just you had to always pick them up.
You been to prison?
Expunged. Expunged. But point being, that kid, just because you didn't stay home, like I want to reward every kid that commits to a team or to an individual sport, because I know too many kids that don't do jack. And they just come home after school and they don't, that's, I didn't do that. I did something and I sucked at it. Give me a participation.
I think that's cool for individual teams. Yeah, if you have a team and you guys go have a pizza party and then everybody gets a trophy, that's cool. But in a tournament or at the end of the year, like to win something, get that. The 1 through 3 gets a trophy.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets T-shirts.
I don't think when you
Yeah.
say participation
one gets a
trophy,
trophy.
I don't think you're talking
2 and
about
3 get
from the
something
team.
else.
It's typically from an event.
Okay, I get you there. Yeah, from an event.
Where everybody who shows up at the event gets something. If you worked your butt off for the team the whole year,
I'm not against it, because look, you got to drive to Orange County at 7 in the morning. The kids on a Saturday, they play 2-3 games. I'm like, dog, no matter when. Somebody said this poetically. They said the road to success and failure looks eerily the same. And I remember when I heard that, and I was like, yo, because everybody you work out with and do extra credit with and extra push-ups with, everybody don't make it. But we all doing the same stuff. We on the same team. We stayed after together. We watched film together. Like my boy, me and Jabari. And then all of a sudden, I make it. He don't. He quit. My boy Rory, he was better than me. He don't make it. I make it. So the roles look the same.
I'm glad you said that. I just want to repeat that. You said the road to success and failure looks eerily the same.
Yeah. I
You know what
believe in that.
separates that? That trophy. That's why you don't give everybody a trophy, because you all putting in the same work. But what separates you is like, I took it to this level and I won.
You beat 'em.
So if the person that lost is also getting a trophy, it's like, how much are we honoring the work ethic or that win?
We can honor it, but honor it less. Look, if I win, I get this. If you came in second, you get this one, third. Like, every trophy I had was like that when we were growing up. It'd be first place with the big boys.
It gets smaller.
They get small.
I mean, second Olympics,
but for
gold,
some,
silver,
that's-
bronze, right? It's the same concept.
I don't think you teach a bad lesson by just
Some
saying
people, bronze is good enough. That's the win.
Plus that road, at some point, that road forks.
Yeah.
Right? And somebody's going to put more effort in to get to the higher level.
Yeah.
So they look eerily the same, but at some point they change.
Yeah, they look eerily the same, but
Trophies is what changes it.
yeah. Well, what changes is the results, and the results typically to the winner, obviously, is going to be greater, bigger, more. Right? It works that way in the lottery. It works that way in pay structure. Like the top dog, whoever wins, gets most, and then everybody kind of gets less. I just love kids who try, and trying starts when mommy dropped you off and you didn't want to put on them cleats and them hot ass pads, and you said, I'm gonna hit some kids for 2 hours or get ran over for 2 hours every day, and then get to a game and don't play, and that kid gets jacked. I'm like, I think that's a worse message than, we making them soft, because the kids at home, that's who you need to worry about, the ones who ain't even committed.
I think that's just a life lesson. You don't get rewarded for everything you do. And it's better to learn at an early age so that when you become an adult, you're already conditioned for it.
Great point.
Agree with that.
Yeah,
100% agree with that.
Is there another way to do that? Or no?
I mean, I think
I
these
love that
tournaments,
point.
I think they should have like a ceremony or something, like, or just a day where everybody who participated.
Yeah, it's called special ed. Let me stop.
No, we had banquets. Remember?
The banquet. Oh yeah, the banquet.
Like-
and coach up there lying like Eugene. This is our best spirited player.
You don't
Everybody
even-
like, man.
I said second graders, not grown
even have to-
high school kids.
Kids know. Me and MJ have real. I tell them all the time. It's like, I'm going to bring it to your level, but I'm not going to lie. So when we talk about players, I literally, like when we saw number 9, I said, "You see number 9?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "That's a lot, huh?" He was like, "Oh yeah." I said, would you D him up?" He was like, I think I would. And I was like, yeah, you better be ready, because if we see that team again, you're going to be one of the guys they're going to ask to go get them, right? Simple as that. But I keep it real. When I see another kid that is not that good, I tell him, judge him. Make him earn your respect. Attack him. Don't be nice, because kids like naturally be like, I want him to get some and like try. Yeah, give me that. Like right immediately.
Go
and
get yours.
Yeah. And I think some parents don't understand that. And then when they try to enforce that into their kids, it's probably too late.
Well, some parents don't have it in them. Like if they were never like that, it's hard for them to teach that to their kid. I see that now when I like my daughter does certain like plays in little sports, and I can tell if the parent never played a sport. So they're like, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter if you win or lose,
I hear
I'll
that.
be like, no, it matters.
It matters, yeah.
I want her to win.
Yeah.
I want her to have fun, but I want her every time she steps on this field, in this gym, her goal is to be the best.
Now, do you have to play sports to know that? Because you play life, and you play life like academic. I was on the academic decathlon team growing up. They nerded me out. They were like, dog, why are you on this team to do subjects and stuff? But the point was, I didn't have to play sports to know this is a competition. Like, and all those nerds were competing to get the best math score, best academic reading score. And I don't think sports is the only way you know competition.
Marcellus on to that, because Nathan will come home and he'll be upset at himself for getting a 99. Like, I didn't get the best score in class. I'm not first.
Oh yeah,
It's like, I need to be first. It's like, it's a grade. Like,
Yeah.
Ease up.
Yeah, you sound like a black man. Let me stop. A little athlete ass.
He wants to be first in basketball too, but
I am. I'm sorry.
But hey, I thought these kids be talking about, I ain't had no plan B. I literally went to dinner with a dude last week. He was like, I ain't have a plan B, big dog. I was like, you played football you're 32. You didn't think about nothing else? He was like, not really. I was like, damn, that's wild. So you can learn competition other ways.
You can, but I do think there's a difference. I think sports gives you a different dynamic to life than if you never played. Like, yeah, academics and sports, there's success, there's failures, there's achievements there. But academics, your whole thing is, I'm gonna study, and be prepared for this.
Yeah.
I know this work. In sports, you can practice all day,
great point.
and you can get hit with something that you didn't even expect.
Yeah.
You could play against somebody that's doing something you've never seen before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't matter how much you practice, doesn't matter how much you studied. You got to adapt and adjust to this in this moment. So I think that carries on in life as you get older and you get presented with different challenges. It's like, oh, I've dealt with this before. So it's a very different dynamic.
Yeah.
It's like being book smart and street smart.
Right, exactly.
The same.
No matter how book
same
smart
thing.
you are,
Sports
But the
smart.
it
way
doesn't cover street smart.
But academics is different from, like, I'm thinking about that too. The way academic, because Richie call it out, Tiger Mom. Right? I have a Tiger Mom. Everything was about memorization and remembering things versus I don't think that's how kids are taught now.
Yeah.
It's more customized where it's about, hey, learn how to think for yourself.
Critical thinking,
There's a
yeah.
problem here, but there's multiple ways to approach the problem and come up with the answer. Because I messed with the kids yesterday. I told all them this riddle. Hey, what's heavier, 10 pounds of rocks or 10 pounds of feathers? Most of them are like, the rocks. It's like, listen to the question again.
Yeah, slow
so
down.
it's, it's not just, academics and sports in a way, there are similarities. You're not just memorizing anymore. You have to be able to, how you said, just because you study or practice, you can't be able to guard everyone that you see on the court. You have to react, read, respond to it. Even with school, there is that element of, okay, there is a problem there, but the answer's not always going to, with math, it's always the same answer. But when you're doing, other topics, the answer depends on your perspective, your view, and I tell Nathan, what is your hypothesis and what is your expectation? It might not always work out that way, but you're forming your own opinion with the possible outcome. So
Yeah, you guys are
similar.
you guys are in the same place, but in different seats, looking at the stage. Because you're talking about, ultimately, we were talking about competition at first, and there's a lot of ways to see it as a vantage point. Like academically, critical thinking. Basically, the best way I sum it up is, you want to academically get the hardware so you can apply life software. And life's going to throw you curveballs. But in sports, the curveballs don't come from life. They come from this contained environment, which is, this dude could do anything. And I got to be prepared for everything. Or I'm going to get exposed, or I can expose him. And they actually get to the same place a different way. So in sports, your hardware is build your body up, your DNA, your talent, your work. And then the software is number 9. You know what I mean? And then your software is this scrub and like get you, pad your stats. Like I think it's the same thing analogous.
Yeah, I mean, you need both. To be honest, you need both.
Well, you gotta hope
you don't
you
do
got
one or
both.
the other.
If
You
not,
need both.
Some can't.
Some can't.
A lot can't do both.
You may not make it, but I think having both aspects in your life is important.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just saying, when I say you can't do both, some kids are just not good in sports.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter how
Yeah,
much you put them out.
Oh yeah,
It's just not they just,
I got a conversation that's about to happen with a person I know. Their son's gonna hear that conversation, and I feel weird because I like the reality of it. Like if my son wasn't good, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like I didn't grow up thinking I was gonna be good at everything. I remember in art I sucked. I got a D in handwriting. In art I sucked, and I didn't even like it. Let alone it came out bad. And I immediately said, all right, I'm not gonna do art. I didn't fight it. I didn't get mad. I didn't work around it. I was like, that doesn't exist to me. And then everybody was like, they were trying to clown. I was like, dog, I'm great at typing. You know what I mean? I'm great at math. Like people want a list of great. I'm like, dog, some of that shit gonna be bad. You gotta be self-honest, right? And self-aware. So I got a little itty bitty I gotta go talk to. I'm like, man, look, this ain't it, dog. It's okay. Like, you got a lot of its. So let's get to that. Or else you're gonna waste so much time chasing what ain't it, and then you ain't gonna be.
gonna miss out.
That part. All right, let's get into our topics, man. Was that a record? Oh. Record intro. NBA Finals reaction. We gotta go to Terry. Who wins this chip? It's 1-1 right now. Indy and OKC.
Well, clearly I'm rooting for the Pacers, but OKC did bounce back yesterday. I think for the Pacers to win the next game, they got to get Hallie going early. He can't be ghost for three quarters and then show up in the fourth. It's too late by then. Siakam's got to shoot better from the field. I think he shot 3 from 11 in the game and like 16 points, I think. So I think they got to start going at Chet early to get him in early foul trouble. I think that's a strategic thing they can do because he came to play last night and he did make a difference. I also think that they can allow 2 bench players on OKC's team to almost get 40 points. I think the kid Caruso had 20 and then the other kid had 18.
Wiggins.
Oh yeah, Wiggins.
And you just can't do that from 2 players. So I think the Pacers going home, they'll be able to calm down a little bit and get some consistent play from their 2 stars. And it'll also curb down that bench production too from OKC.
Feel like y'all should be down 0-2, but I'm gonna let y'all live.
The win is a win, though. Who cares how you get it?
They already did their job.
A win is a win.
There's 2
stole home
scoreboards.
court.
There's always the one that we see with points, and it's the one you feeling and thinking through. Like, you ever been down in? It happened yesterday. My boy Rory was coaching. Shout out to Rory Raiders. They won the championship, and we were in the crowd, and I walked by this parent on the team that was up 18, and but the other team had the ball, and it was like. They were driving, they had momentum, and she was like, I'm nervous. I said, how would you be if you were down 18? Because you're up 18. Point being, she felt the second scoreboard.
She'd be drunk.
That's right. I've been there before. As a coach, I'm like, all right, we're up 7, but they got the ball. And I'm more nervous probably than him. I'm trying to bleed the clock. I'm trying to figure out. And I'm like, I wonder how they feel. Yeah, they down 7, right? So it sounds like You got to respect the second scoreboard, no?
No, I respect OKC a lot. I mean, they have what could be historically a great defense in NBA history. So I think, but like a win is a win. It doesn't matter like how you get it. And so especially when you're going home and you haven't seen your 2 players play their best game yet.
Where's your confidence when you see? I don't know. I just know when I'm flying home, I'm like, we 1-1, we split. But damn it took Hallie to do that one play. No, we did 0-2. Like.
If I'm being totally objective and honest, OKC is a better team.
Okay.
They're a great squad.
Okay.
But I'm just being fill in the blanks with the Homer talk.
Yeah.
To give people confidence, why you should have a little bit of confidence in the Pacers.
And you're going home.
I don't think the Pacers know who they are yet. That's kind of what I realized yesterday. OKC has a distinct identity, and their star has a distinct identity. I don't think Halliburton has an identity yet.
Wow.
I mean, he's great with his he's great in the clutch. He hits the shots at the biggest times, but the rest of the game, he's just kind of floating.
Yeah.
But is that intentional?
Well,
it's harder to
it
guard
can't-
that when you don't know who's the man or what the
Is
play
that,
is.
wait,
is that,
wait.
is
What
that
do you-
unorthodox? Is that what we're saying? Or are you saying
what I'm
something
saying
else?
is that he's a star of the team has a role that they do every single game, right?
Reliable.
SGA gets in the paint. He's pulling up for his mid-range. Steph is shooting threes. LeBron's going to the bucket. What is Halliburton's thing during the game? He's just kind of floating around, and it costs his team.
I think what
He's
it is.
he needs an identity.
I think he's traditionally a traditional point guard who is forced to score. And I think when he tries to let the game, he tries to make the good play, the right play most of the time. And then, as you saw in the fourth quarter, like he took over. That's not his natural motor.
Yeah, but
he's got to be able to do that. But he's more
getting a lot
comfortable.
of garbage time points now.
I'm saying, but
they
that's
down by 23. Yeah, you go ahead and get your 12.
He was giving
That
OKC's
ain't
defense
shit.
too much respect. Like if I drive and somebody's there, I'm gonna kick it. First 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, like he's like, you know what? If I'm driving and they're still there, I still got to go and get these points. So I think it was a learning lesson for him to see that he can score when he wants to, and that it doesn't feel unnatural to him to do that and throws the game
right,
off.
so if he's still learning that lesson, he doesn't have an identity.
I knew he was going to go there.
I think he has an identity.
Touche.
He does have an identity. He's a clutch shooter. He's the one that's keeping them in the game.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but what if the game doesn't come down to a clutch shot?
It doesn't matter. He makes it come down to that.
Did he make it come down to that yesterday?
Not when you're down 20 points. But,
Right, so-
but they've come back.
But he
before.
did in
But-
game 1.
But that y'all both are making a good point. But that is his role. He's the guy that you give the ball to when the game's on the line. That is a
He's done it
Yeah,
like 4
but
times.
see, he's got to be more than that. He's got
I
to be
agree.
that.
I agree.
But he has to carry the team for the other three and a half
But-
quarters.
I
Otherwise, I
agree
mean, he
with why
had
you're
5
saying
points through 3 quarters yesterday.
But the way Carlisle coaches that system, does he really have to?
Yeah, he's not
They-
supposed to be
they
that
have a
one
deep
guy.
team
well,
where-
when he does it, you see what happens. They're fighting 20-point leads all the time.
if you got
there's
7
something
guys that can
that's
get you
wrong.
15, does one guy have to get you 30?
Yeah, but them 7 guys ain't getting you 15 all the
But
time.
that's their system.
That's your
But-
system.
That's how
Miles
they
is
play.
supposed to get you 15. Siakam's supposed to get you 15. Right?
show
Mathering off the bench
If
is
they
a
missing
pure
shots,
scorer.
you
Is
can't
supposed to
control
get
that.
you.
It's
Yeah.
the responsibility of a superstar to notice when your guys aren't getting those points and then start taking over the game and get your points. That's the point of a
read.
really great point guard. Like a point guard is like a Swiss Army knife. They can run the offense, they're extension of the coach on the court, but they should be able to shoot and drive. They should be able to score whenever they want to, basically. So when you see that your other guys are not getting those buckets or easy points, it's up to them to go ahead and make the difference up with getting buckets.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like, it seems, and it's been a few topics where you will abandon what is not like structurally defined as a system or player. You would say, if that player is not doing this, then we need to get rid of it. So I'm looking at you when you talk about that Halliburton doesn't have identity or their system needs to scrap because you lose a game or you lose your way, but you got to know your way is this system. It got you this far. Whatever gets you there is going to get you there. Like, would you agree? Would you say, are you the one that's like, every game is, it seems like every game or every series is a different animal to you?
I think you have your blueprint,
Yeah.
and you know what everybody can do, but you have to change and adapt,
Be pliable.
be pliable to every situation. So if you're,
Do you?
Yeah, you do. 'Cause,
That's
I mean,
tough.
think about this:
I mean, it sounds
the
good, but
triangle offense, right?
Okay, yep.
The triangle offense was great because they had Michael Jordan running it, and because you had Kobe Bryant running it.
Okay.
There were many times where it produced nothing during the play, and then Jordan had to save it.
Yeah.
Or
all
Kobe
those
had
options.
to save it.
Yeah.
I don't see Halliburton saving the plays when things aren't going right.
But what if
is
that
that
is
his
called
job?
trust?
It's his job as the best player on the team.
Is it though? Because I understand why you're saying what you're
Yeah.
saying. But my point is, I think you're looking at it from a very traditional standpoint, and the way they run their team is not necessarily like that.
Siakam came in and literally said, I know I could get more buckets than this, but I'm playing in the system. He just said that after the last series when he won MVP. He was like, yeah, I know there's more buckets for me, but he's like, I'm gonna play here so we all are there, because then they just gonna hit you with a death of 1,000 paper cuts versus whoosh, like, and what team I don't know if this is new NBA. What team is going out there? I'm that guy. Even Boston didn't win because it was all Tatum. It was all Brown. Like they all are taking these haircuts.
It's
the
changing.
Heatles.
The league is changing.
The Warriors.
That 1-2 superstar punch is not necessarily doing
That
it
ain't
no more.
it.
It's the deeper team that is.
Yeah, but then just look at who the Pacers are playing. SGA is going for 35, 38 every single night.
But you know why they're
So
beating them?
that
Because they're a
foundation is
deeper team.
Deeper defensive team.
Right.
That means I have the energy, I have the green light on offense to do these things. But still, whenever he goes off and nobody else is with him, they don't do much. Like he can't be outpacing Williams and all the rest of those guys.
The Pacers are a better offensive team, in my opinion, than OKC. But OKC just has the better star and better defense.
Their defense.
Because like you just said, when SGA goes out, their offense looks suspect. But their defense is so good that it just keeps them afloat. So when he comes back, he can just keep going.
Got to keep going.
Yeah, I look at it and I see it completely differently.
I like
Which
that.
is which is
I
interesting.
would love to play against your team that you coach. Like he changing up again.
And I'm not saying you got to keep changing your system, but there were so many times where Indiana was just heaving the ball up. They got nothing. But
that's how they
somebody
got there.
had.
That's how
That's
OKC
how they
lost
got
the
here.
first
What do
game.
you think a defense does to you? It doesn't just defend you. It intimidates
It
you. It
alters your
scares
shot.
you. It's atmospheric pressure. Like you be like, yo,
Richie, you're going from getting by Dort, Caruso to Holmgren, Hartenstein. It's almost impossible
Tired,
to
too.
score consistently
Shooting
against
threes.
the OKC defense.
There's a clip that I saw yesterday, and it was a freeze frame, and I forget who it was, but somebody got a foot into the paint, and the whole AKC collapsed.
Here we go.
Their defense is unreal, yeah.
One play, all 5 players almost had a foot in the paint defending it.
Yeah.
It was Halliburton actually.
Yeah.
And SGA towards the end of the game ripped him. As soon as he got close to the paint, they all collapsed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I love
force you to kick it
OKC.
out and take shots you don't want.
OKC's a great team. I've been saying it the whole time we've been doing. I've been like OKC. I thought it was going to be OKC and Boston, but OKC's a great team, and I love that they play together like that. Indiana's missing something. Indiana's
So
missing
who wins
something.
the series? Are they going? Is that missing something is going to be OKC's winning this?
I think it's.
What
I think it's over.
It's OKC.
I think it's going to be 5 games.
Okay.
I think we got to see Game 3. We got to see how the Pacers come out in Game 3. Like if
Yeah, but
they
you can't say that because that's not a prediction.
I'm about to say, yeah. I'm going to wait to see what the weather is, and then I'm going to predict the
Okay,
weather.
then we got to see Game 3.
listen.
Here's your
I've
7-day
already said
forecast.
Pacers. I've already said Pacers in 6, but like
You ain't putting no money with that. You just putting that jersey on.
I
going
put it
back.
on my Facebook post. That's why
Oh,
I made
you
that.
did?
That's why I made that long book Facebook post.
He had to talk
It
himself
was
into
on,
it.
it was on wax.
Paragraph 11. I'm trying to figure this out.
But I'm saying what I'm saying. Game 3 is going to show us a whole lot, and as far as like if the Pacers can bounce back, as far as like being aggressive with the offense, Hallie, being consistent with the offense, Siakam, and it will OKC's road team. I mean, bench players play on the road.
Okay.
I just
I think-
I don't understand how Halliburton doesn't know he has to shoot the ball. That's vexing to me.
think
How do
he
you
knows.
not?
He
how do you
knows,
know?
but then he'd be
Defense-
playing out of the
defense-
system.
He's respecting the defense.
Forget the system,
He was
guys. You
res-
got to win a game.
There you go. I told you. Forget
called-
the system,
you gotta
guys.
call it
Told
defense.
you.
Richie,
I'm not
serious.
coaching you.
He's respecting their
called
defense.
And it's called I got a coach that tells me to
So
respect the system.
If you're
And defense.
if you're a quote unquote a superstar, and you can't get a shot in the NBA, are you really a superstar?
Well, I don't call him a superstar.
I don't know that label is appropriate, and even if it is, so what? Like, you know the micro decisions you got to make, especially when it's a defense. They happen faster, and then sometimes you just need to get away, disconnect from the game, disconnect from this environment, go back home. Okay, this is what I got to do. Because, like, yesterday, y'all play with Dino. Y'all know Dennis Norcutt, right? So he had those Meta Ray-Ban glasses. And I finally got a pair, and they're game changers. First of all, I hate to do a free endorsement, but look it up. Sick. Like I went to the Roots concert last night
You
with
gotta
these
say it right into the camera so we can get some
Ray-Ban.
Get some free pairs.
Ray-Ban Metas.
Mark Zuckerberg. Let's go. They are insane. I got to give them their flowers. They are insane. So I was at the Roots concert, and it's just like so crazy because you watching the concert. No more of this and no more of this and no more. It's like I got the concert right here. You can film it all or take pictures everywhere. You see Cassie just like, what's up, boy? Got the picture. And he's like, what the hell? So it's crazy. But anyway, MJ was doing free throws. And he has this thing where if he watches everyone shoot free throws his age, so he thinks he has to jump. You know, and some of these kids, you know, because they're not strong enough. I'm like, MJ, you got to trust who you are. And I said, you're making it way harder. So then he'll do it and he'll miss. And I was like, I heard it. He's like, a little squeak. And then I'm like, so the point is, I showed him film. And he literally was mad at me. He would have cursed if he were older and stupid. Because I was like, boy. But he was mad. He was like, Dad, I didn't jump. I just missed it. I was like, nah. I said, watch. And then he's like, he didn't even know it. And that's him. So you played before and you did this. I'm like, why is this not landing? Where's the top spin? And then you're like, oh, you know, somebody fix it. I think that's what I think that's what Halliburton's going to do. That's my assessment. I don't think the series is over. If I had a gun in my head, I think OKC gonna lose. I think Indy gonna get them. I think Indy gonna get them.
I think they're gonna get them at 7.
I'm with you
because yes, we know OKC is the better team, but Indiana already did their job. They took home court. They won the first game. They weren't expected to win either.
So why they
of the
can't
two.
take it back?
They can, but that's what I'm saying. It depends how they play it over. The fact is, they already are ahead. Regardless of how much they lost by yesterday, they weren't even supposed to win that first game because they didn't have home court advantage. Yeah. So if they stole one in OKC, and now let's say they go home and they play better because they're at home, because you know they play good at home, and they win 2.
That's it.
What happened?
Now they up.
What happened in the
3-1.
Western Conference Final? They lost by 1 to Denver Nuggets. Game 1.
Oh, you talking about OKC? Yeah.
Won game 2. Won the series in 6.
Oh, yeah, it can happen different ways real fast. So quickly, we got 2 that's saying Indy. 1, 2, 3.
Indy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, 3. Okay, I was going to save it for you. All right, so 3 and 3. You thinking OKC, huh?
OKC.
Okay, all right. Let's get out of NBA because 28 teams are out the NBA right now. And let's go to the NFL, give some the best sport in America some love. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers.
Pickleball?
Oh, by the numbers, but when we coming, especially if that knee and this hip, we go there. NFL recap, we got to just do Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, basically. Okay, what you feel, Trip? Put your mic up.
I think they're done, man. I mean, Aaron Rodgers,
you said dumb?
Done.
Oh, done.
Done.
Ooh.
I think their season is done, man. Relying on Aaron Rodgers, man, give the young cats a chance, man. And we always waiting on this guy to make a decision. I'm just tired of it, man. I think I think you should have led what you tired of it, because it sounds like he's
you
overdue.
And everybody else who mad at this decision is like, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of waiting.
I'm tired.
Oh, I forget that last year he balled.
Let's just see how he do.
I mean, 3,900 yards almost.
I
feel sorry for Metcalf, man. I really do.
Why? 28 touchdowns off of a torn Achilles?
That's his quarterback.
Yo, Aaron Rodgers could still fling it. I don't know why people are against, I know why, the damn vaccination, and then he doesn't suffer fools. But so what? Like, I don't care how you act, that ball be going. And he had the #1 receiving core in terms of drops. #1, worst in the league. They should be number 32, I guess. But they were the worst in the league in terms of drops.
Did they get a participation trophy?
Yeah, they got that check. That check cash, win or lose, dog.
Hell did got paid.
Hell yeah. I just don't understand the Aaron Rodgers fatigue. I know why, but I don't get it. Like, that is not going to make me color Aaron Rodgers as not a great or good player still. Good player now. I can't go.
You know what's funny? I was with some cats and talking about it, and I was happy. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm happy Aaron Rodgers is going there. Yeah. I think they need a quarterback like that. Yeah. And the reaction was so interesting because cats were like, I don't care what he does on the field. I don't like him.
See? Everybody.
And I'm like, well, I saw an interview where it made me like him more, and I was trying to explain. They were like, I don't even care. I just don't like him. I'm not going to like him.
Aaron Rodgers,
no matter what.
He's mastered how to be flippant. He's mastered, I don't give a damn. Like, and no, I don't know any other athlete, I can't name one, and I'm sure there is one, maybe he's not big time, that actually gives press conferences, interviews, and doesn't care how you take it. And that's Aaron Rodgers, which is admirable trait in real life, because you know that homie real.
And it's powerful as hell.
Yeah, because he knows the question. He knows this is bait, and he like, no. And they like, You're supposed to say yeah. No. And then he's like not even waiting to like clean it up. He doesn't pander. Like, I like somebody who's themselves. I don't agree with everything he says or who he is in all respects because, you know, I got vaccinated. I am not mad at someone who didn't. You know what I mean? That's where I think we lost him. Like, we lost a guy who did something we didn't do, and then people got mad, just like politics. Oh, you voted for Trump?
Same thing.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm like
immediately when you just said the vaccination thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost the same way how people acted with the vaccination is the same people did the whole Trump Kamala thing.
Yeah. I got families that don't like me, don't like my wife at school, in sports, that I know. I mean, look, someone told me that they don't like me, then I look at them, I'm like, oh yeah, they're kind of shady now, whatever. So you know what I do? I speak to them first. I make you feel real uncomfortable. You're going to have to tell me about yourself. And I just did it this morning. This lady that supposedly been talking trash about me, whatever. And then I walk, hey, how you doing? She's like that. Like, she don't know how to say hi. I was like, God dang, oh, you going to hate me, lady. She's like,
Kill him with kindness, man.
I was like, what? And I tell my wife, so her Anna Marie's position is always like, if someone doesn't like me, then I'm cool on them. And I was like, that's not the right way because now you made your world smaller because of their problem. Like, you keep your world big. Like, they'll walk away. You ain't got to walk away or don't be in that room or you speak. Like, you know what I mean? I want my kids to do that because I think a lot of times we hear parents that say, I want my kid to avoid the smoke. I'm like, if it ain't going to kill them, let them go through it. It's going to make them stronger. Smoke, yeah. Bring the smoke. I'm like, somebody was teasing Araya, and Anne Marie was like, I'm going to tell the teachers, or I'm going to call, I'm going to email her. Nah, we're going to tell her how to get through this.
Marcellus, how they don't like you, man? They used to call you Teddy Bear, man.
Trip, everybody ain't knowing that little color you.
Hey, when people like you, don't like you, a lot of times it's not something that you did. It's their own insecurities of why they don't like you.
Yeah, that's the Aaron Rodgers like hate train, it seems like. And look, I've had my own beefs with Aaron Rodgers through media and talks before. So I'm talking about somebody who used to be an op. And who cares? Like, I believed in that and he didn't. We were all ops. And it wasn't a vaccination. It was just like he didn't want me to. He said, I don't want that money. He said, I don't need this fool evaluating quarterbacks. He didn't play quarterback. And I was like, well, you're right. But at the same time, everybody I'm talking to didn't play football, period. So I think I got one leg up on them. And so that was our only spat. Other than that, the dude to me is really a good dude. And everybody I know for real in real life that works out with him at Proactive, all this stuff, they all say the same thing. Like, he cool as hell. And he just don't care to change that you think he ain't cool.
Well, that's what I say about you. Like, no, he's cool as hell.
Oh, I get that. I get that because, like, I got that last night. It's always like 2 or 3 cats that usually I could tell don't like my politics or they think I'm hard on black people. And I literally, you know me, I'm going to speak first. So I see him over there. What's up, baby? And I never get elbowed. I never get confronted. I never get shied away. I get this, even a girl yesterday, and she mad and like, ugh, how could you do that? And what's up, Court? What? No, I almost said her name. What's up, Court? She was like, hey, like, I'm not with it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that person. So Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers to me is gonna get them. It's not even get them over the hump because I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. You know, let's just be real. It's tough because this is the age of legend at quarterback. Like, these kids are becoming legends right in front of our eyes. Patrick Mahomes, you got him. Jalen Hurts just won it, and people were questioning his talent. And he the one that won it. Beat Patrick Mahomes. You got Josh Allen. Hey, brother. We got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Come on. Like, and that's just that tier. So there ain't enough room at the top for all of them. Then you get the Justin Herbert and CJ Stroud. How's he going to respond? You got Baker Mayfield starting to spit fire. You know, it's just.
Jaden Daniels.
Oh, cool. How did I forget Daniels? Goodness. And then you got Dak, just Mr. Consistent. People clown Dak. Y'all should look at Dak's first 7 years versus, I mean, it's a different era, but like Drew Brees. And Dak is that, but people don't give him the respect because they don't win it all.
And that's why Dak gets paid like that.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, you can't deny it.
You can't deny it, except in the big moments. Have been a couple
man. I'm a Cowboy, man. He chokes. Come on, man, in the
He almost
playoffs.
didn't want to say that. Yeah, because he like, I'm going to put it on him.
He almost choked saying
He
it.
almost
Shoot, you better get it together, man.
We'll get what together?
No, man, he's a good quarterback, but I'm telling show us though.
Okay.
Show me.
But hold on, there's 32 NFL teams, and how many win every year?
Only one.
Okay, so like, God dang.
I know.
People act like,
We ain't been back since '95.
but at least y'all been.
I know.
Like,
You're
I root
right.
for
You're
teams,
right.
hello, that don't go.
Well, tell Stephen A. that.
Well, I mean, that's a great gimmick he got going. You know, give him credit. Like, he know he'd go viral just by, like, crying over the Cowboys laughing at him.
Keeps
Right.
keeps him relevant.
Yeah. So you gonna always laugh. Him and Jerry, homies, they laughing that one all the way to the bank. But I don't think it's weird to play football and know that you don't really have a chance, and you learn that immediately. Like week 1, you're like, oh shit. I remember that.
Be
For
a
real.
long season.
I mean, for real. Like I think there's literally like it's not about if you win or lose that game. It's about because I was on the 0-3 team that made it to the playoffs. But I remember like week 1 NFL sick to me. Like I it's different, dog. Like you there, whether you're the sideline or in the stands, you're like there, your hand on the heart, you sing the national anthem, it's cool. The fucking jets fly over and then you like everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so hyped. Damn it, that football. CTE kicking in. I'm so sorry. I mean, everybody got a shot. It ain't nobody played yet. It's time, baby. Everybody 0-0. You like, oh, what this shit? You know, in football they act stupid just for no reason. It ain't basketball where we like, all right, dog. Like we ain't doing all this. We out there geeked up, and then that ball get kicked off.
Roids. Roid rage.
Some of them out there. And then, dog, football crazy. And then you like run around and they run that thing back. And you're like, oh, no, we good. Settle down. Everybody, settle down. Settle down. You mean get better. Go out there.
Too settled.
Yeah. 3 and out punt, boom. They run the punt back. You're like, oh, dang, what's going on? It's like, all right, no, we got this. Relax. You go out there again, 3 and out, punt. This time you get a tackle. You're like, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. 80-yard touchdown. Whatever it is, I just been there before. I'm like, we ain't got a shot, dog. Because you know what happens? You in that moment, you still battling it. You fighting it. Then you go home. And back in the day, for me, it was like, watch Chris Berman. So you watching all the highlights. You're like, damn, they got a lot of good players. Like, for real, football, anybody can coach if you got them dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Maybe the 85 Bears. If you give me the Pro Bowl roster, I will beat every single team every single time. There's not a shot in hell you got in football because it's so many variables that if every variable is great, how can it go bad? But then that's the beauty of football. Everybody don't have all great players, you know? I got a receiver, but I ain't got a quarterback. I got a quarterback and a receiver. Damn, we ain't got no line. Damn, I got a line, receiver, quarterback, we ain't got no defense. Like, it's just, that's why football be winning.
Plus,
dog.
everybody gets hurt in football.
And you get hurt.
So it's a battle of attrition.
Somebody rigging them die. Yeah. Like, oh, he hurt for the season. Yep. Yeah. We're going to talk about that, too. We're going to get into that.
Which is why I don't play fantasy football.
Oh man, I love it.
Because you got to
might get
keep
hurt.
up. You got to keep up.
You got to keep up.
You got to keep up with everything.
Injury.
Same
You know?
here. Week 8, I'm like,
It's
who
too
playing?
much.
Who's still playing?
Right.
Oh, hell no. I don't know him. Taking my money. Donation. All right, speaking of getting hurt, let's do that because Adam Silver was questioned on shortening the NBA season after this playoff stretch of injuries. We saw superstars go down big time. Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard went down, Steph Curry went down. So they went up to him and was like, let's shorten the regular season from 82 games. We've been talking about this forever. So the guys are fresher, healthier, ready to play through the postseason. And Adam Silver, you know, first of all, does he not look smart? Like that that looked like academia. Like he looked like a brain, right? Like, with legs. He is a brain. Goodness. All right,
Like a brain,
athlete.
like Pinky in the brain.
Yeah.
Brain sitting on the desk.
A brain. That's him.
You're like Mr. Burns.
Yeah,
You ever
right,
watch The Simpsons?
right, Mr. Burr.
And he
They
retorted.
just screw a brain on a body. And
He looked like
get out
that,
there, Adam.
Yeah, he's smart. And he was like, there's no evidence supporting that shortening the season would do anything. So what's your response to that? I
I
agree.
think kids nowadays need to play less AAU games and stop wearing low tops. And I think the injuries will change because back in the day, all the older players, they had less. The medicine wasn't as advanced. They still played 82 games. These players made it through the whole season. And you didn't like I've never seen a time or era where so many people were tearing ACLs and Achilles and all of that. So to me, it's just they've played too much before they even got to the NBA, because it's not young. It's young players that are getting hurt. It's not like older guys who've had wear and tear. So that means they have probably advanced wear and tear because of how much they played up to that point.
And they're only playing one sport.
Right.
They're only
Back
playing
in the
one
day,
sport. You played every sport, and you
during that season.
And you got to condition the little muscles that go along with every sport, and that helped. Even in baseball, you're seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
These pitchers are getting Tommy John surgery now in high school and college.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is throwing pitches from 6 years old all the way up.
It wasn't that way before. Weren't most pitchers, infielders, outfielders? They weren't pitching
You
when
played
they were
everything.
kids.
You played everything. Like baseball was my best sport till I
Me too.
quit to just focus on tennis. But I played third base. I played shortstop, and I pitched.
Save that arm, yeah.
Yeah, you pitched once a week, and that was it.
And they wouldn't even let us think about throwing a curveball until you was in like late junior high, early high school. Like they're throwing that stuff like
fundamentals.
yeah, younger and younger.
They're doing it now. Now it's so bad now, Blaze. A lot of these people are electing to have Tommy John surgery to like a preemptive strike because they know they're going to have to do it. You come back stronger. They're electing to have their high schooler have a surgery to just go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah, don't let me talk out of turn, but I just met a kid this week who had Tommy John. He was like 14. Wow. And I think he elected it.
Yeah.
I think he can get out the way because they say once you get it, you probably don't have to get it again.
You don't have to get it
so
again.
it's already
And
done.
what does it do actually? Because I've always heard
You know.
is it for tendonitis
It's
in the elbow?
the tendon in the forearm and the elbow, and they replace it with something, and it gets stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like UCL or something. I don't know. Something like that.
And we're talking about injuries. Like we shouldn't be surprised that a 34-year-old Dame gets hurt or a 37-year-old Steph Curry is hurt. That's just part of the nature. That has nothing to do with the 82 game season. That's just wear and tear and being a naturally 34-year-old professional athlete. I mean, Kobe got hurt at 34. Steph is 37. We've never seen a 37-year-old guard get all NBA. So it's a miracle that he's still playing at a high level.
Right.
So
Back in the days, though, they didn't have the games where they had them back to back. You know, they played a game one night and then had to come right back and play another game. I remember Kawhi Leonard. He
is that factually true? I don't remember. I don't have the reference.
I don't think they did.
I mean, I know the TV schedule and that demand obviously makes them want to keep 82 games more because it's a bigger package. More importantly, more venues. We open them. We have more games. All of that like feeds the machine. But I don't know if it smell like ass in here. But you got you or my basement? Or okay, the AC. Oh, the AC is the ass. It might be something dead.
I don't know. You just came back from somewhere.
you didn't want to say a while.
I mean,
that was too fast.
It was perfectly fine up until when he came back.
Hey, my old Zipic is which I need to start taking again.
Get the rest of that Cabo out of you.
I know.
That Cabo had to come out.
Oh, they got my wife good on the Cabo. You know they say don't drink Mexican water, like only the bottled water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So look. She thinks she's so smart, so perfect. I'm laughing. We over here. She got bottled water everywhere. She loving life. Pinky up in the air. But then she ordered some regular drinks. Guess what got
Ice.
Now, look at that. I'm like, you ain't built for this. All of a sudden, I'll be back. Oh, I'll be back. I'm like, yeah.
Had them jitters.
Hell yeah.
had the whole resort smelling like this.
Everybody check it out. Everybody check it out. I did not blow it up. There's something dead in
You
here.
might have to get one of them vent cleanings where they clean, like they put the whole.
I think they need
You may have to call some priest for an exorcism.
No, this is something. I know the irrigation here.
colonic.
My basement needed a colonic.
No, you.
Oh, me too. I need, dog, you get
Get
flat.
a 2 for 1.
Oh, you get a colonic, you get flat.
What special?
Y'all ever had a colonic?
No.
Y'all ever had an enema?
No.
What? Y'all ain't lived yet. Man, I was 8 years old getting enemas.
That explains a lot.
Diddy. Take that. Take that.
It was Uncle Gloria giving them.
You better leave that lady man alone.
Marcellus,
Rest in
I need
peace.
to take your temperature.
Oh, y'all ain't right. All right, now I gotta tell a story. This ain't nothing but a show of stories. All right, here we go. I'm 8 years old and I'm playing football. Stace Bozeman, us. I signed up for the first year. I think I'm a normal kid. Get there, they got a weight limit. I think it was 85 pounds. I was like 86, 87. I was a pound or two. What is that? When you 8, that's hard to lose. You know why? Because you always, you're already active, and it's like you would have already lost it. So I'm like, damn. So then my mom, first week, they just make me do extra wind sprints and laps around. And I thought I was fine. And I was weighing like 84, 83. Get there the first game, you got to do weigh-in on a scale, the old school like this. They had that thing at 85. And you know it's supposed to stay right there in the middle. That sucker went, oh! And then the dude is like, you little fat ass. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, and then he's like, all right, get off. He's like, take some stuff off. And then you can't take everything off.
Marcellus is naked on the scale.
8 years old. They wouldn't have saw me if it was a night game. It was like, so wait. You can't strip all the way down because you playing football. They like, you can't put on 30 pounds. So I got down to as little as possible. And he got back on there, and that thing went. And he was like,
We'll take it.
no. He was like, it has to be here. And I was like, and then he went like this, and then it leveled. And I was like, he's like, you're like 86. I couldn't play. Dog, tumble, pain. So then we had to take it to the next level. So then the next week, I'm running more wind sprints. I'm running them in hefty bags because we didn't have the real, the sauna suits. Not in Inglewood, not at that time. We didn't have that money. So I'm in hefty bags, cut with a hole in it, running around the track. Ghetto. Nobody's smiling. And so I'm doing that. And then I get home. Mama said, okay, we changing your diet. I'm 8. I end up having only salad, which I was fine. But I was like, damn, this is it. No chips, no Snickers, none of that. And broiled fish, the bottom of the oven fish. And I was like, all right, this is nasty as shit. But I was like, all right, it works. Fine, do that. We didn't even have chicken breast. Mama was like, broiled fish, leanest stuff out there. Then get to the next week. It's right here. And the guy looked at me. He was like, I could tell you've been working because you close, but you still a little over. But you're 85, like 0.1 or something. Whatever. Wow. He's like, you come back again, I can't let you go. I was like, oh, God. So that next week, we took it another level. That's when the enemas came. Wow. My mom was like, I know how to get it out you, baby. And she had a hot water bag. It was red with a little.
That is old school.
Dog. I was like, oh, what you going to do with that?
I hate to tell you, that was not a hot water bag.
Oh, that was for her.
That was a douche.
Yeah, that was a douche. Yes. I didn't know at the time. I'm giving you a present day conversation.
Hey, you gonna tell your mama no?
Oh, so my. And mama, she had that thing hanging up in the bathroom. She was like, okay,
They all
baby.
did. They all did. But they called it a hot water bottle, but it wasn't no hot water
bag. Hot water bag, yeah. So wait, I got to get in the tub. My mama said, get in the tub. How do we do it? Yeah, she said, get in the tub. Dog, this is like
It's like face down.
like Pulp Fiction.
Face down, ass up,
Yes.
son.
So you know how a bathtub go like that. She was like, bend over in the tub. And she gave me warning. She said, baby, I'm going to put this little thing right up your butt.
She said, little thing.
Yeah.
Help it go down easier for you.
And this little thing in your butt. and then I'm gonna squeeze all this stuff out from in it out, and then you wait it out. You got to go to the bathroom. She's like, and look, the toilet's right here. She's like, don't mess up, don't miss. I was like, what? I'm like, the toilet is 2 inches away. What could be going wrong in 2 inches, Mama? I'm bent over here. I'm getting this story out. I'm bent over like this, and I'm like in. It feel like I'm in. I feel like I'm in training day. I think I'm in that bathroom with the Mexican and the shotgun. I'm like this. I'm bent over. Mama did what my mama had to do. Wait, I have never in my life felt
Marcellus
this.
is like, anything I have to do to play football. He looked at his mom. He's like, did Joe Namath have to do this?
I gotta finish. Y'all are stupid. I never thought this story was this graphic. I always thought it was just a simple. I did it a bunch of times. A bunch of times. Yeah.
a freak.
I was fat. I wasn't a freak. I was fat. I had to get that little water, that baby weight off. I had to get that baby weight off. So wait, the worst part.
That's why there's a hot water bottle in the bathroom upstairs.
Probably
The
in his
tradition.
vent.
The tradition.
Probably in his vent.
It's probably in his vent.
That's where you hide it.
I got a lot of dogs. I got a lot of ladies in my life. All right, so the worst part is none of that I've said just now. It's this part. When she did what she had to do, boy, y'all ever been to Raging Waters? I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, you got 1 second. I mean, it go like this. And then you better go. And then I went. Go up to the game that week.
80 pounds.
I'm like
75 pounds.
That's why I wore number 75. I was 75 pounds. He was like, damn. Boy, you've been working. And never had a problem since. Oh, man.
So when he got to prison, everything made sense.
I was used to it.
Right? He was like, "Oh, you don't have to give
Put
me
me in, Jim.
You don't have to give me the speech."
Lock me up.
You're right. He told the block leader, "Oh, you don't need to give me the speech. I know it."
Yeah, I'm good. Everybody, as soon as I check it in, they're like, Wiley. We go Wiley.
Marcellus was like, I got you.
We didn't even talk about this damn topic.
Oh man.
I know that was. I didn't know that story was gonna go there. I just was trying to tell you. Damn ass. I don't think that this era is getting hurt more. I don't know that for fact. Let me just give you some conjecture. I think we have been exposed to all things because of technology, social media, the AI. Like, we just get it now. To the point where it's almost like with crime, even if the crime is down, people today are more paranoid and have anxiety to crime. Because there's like, did you hear what just happened? Right. But when we were growing up, we didn't always hear what happened, but we knew it was going down. But the murder rate was higher in the 90s. You ask somebody right now, they're like, oh, the murder, it's crazy now. I'm like, nah, son. Yeah.
All crime is down.
Right. And so I think, and this is just my little, ghetto analysis, I think cats used to get hurt back in the day, and we didn't take notice, but it certainly wasn't stars like this, I don't think. And that doesn't land perfectly, even with me. Because then if I'm listening to you, I'm like, yeah, low tops might have something to do with it. AAU, these dudes getting mileage on their odometer right now. Mm-hmm. And these parents are, let me just say it for real, are wrong in not letting these kids play multiple sports. You try the buffet and then you get the entree. Mm-hmm. They are going straight to the entree because they think their kid got a shot in this. And I'm like, if you don't train multi-muscular movement patterns, you are asking your son to get hurt immediately, or daughter, immediately, and it's coming because you got to train these kids like a full 360, and that we've certainly lost that. So I guess part of that is this.
And also back in the day when athletes got hurt, like real injuries, they went away. careers were over.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
So by 30, remember back in the day, by 30 you were a washed up athlete. So
Running back,
you
all
couldn't
that.
fix certain stuff. I mean, I remember me being hurt and the orthopedic surgeon going over all these things that I needed. And my father looked at me, he's like, you want to do all that?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, no. He was like, all right, let's go. And I got my ass up and I moved to California.
See?
Really?
That's the
I mean,
same.
it was over.
That's
And
what
I
we
was
were told.
28, not even 29 yet. So people went away back then.
I just feel like
an
that.
ACL back then or
That's
a
a great point.
rotator cuff. You were
can't go
done.
away now. There's too much money. There's too much money at stake.
It's too fresh to be an athlete too. It's money is obviously number one, but it's just esteem, identity, like reverence. Like, dog, being an athlete is like people are on your jock, like next level.
Real quick, I think the difference is with injuries now and then is like, yeah, there was injuries back then, but it was different types. So I think back in the day, it was you had a lot of injuries because of lack of proper conditioning, and now you have injuries because of overuse.
Overuse, great point.
So, and then like even that's one thing when we talk about the AAU, but also I know you said the low top. You don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you never wore. It was like a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
To play basketball wearing low tops because you knew you was gonna tear your ankles up and you was gonna have like those lower like leg injuries from them. So I don't know at what point that shifted. I guess it was Kobe because Kobe's
No, but
Kobe.
way
shifted
back,
with-
didn't they wear Converses, low top
it
Converse?
well, that was
with
before the
technology.
technology of when there was no option when they was wearing Converse. That's all they had.
I think they've modeled.
Even those were high
I
tops.
think they've modeled it out now, Justin, and they are saying that it was never the shoes.
Yeah.
Kobe started wearing them and tore his Achilles.
I did see a study that said it was 11% like difference, whatever that could be, between low tops and high tops. Like in terms of prevention, like you get a 11% better chance.
I mean, if you
between
roll
high
your
top.
ankle, you roll your ankle.
Yeah,
low
a
top,
roll
high
is a
top,
roll.
it's-
All I know
it's over.
personally, when I played basketball, I rolled my ankles a lot more wearing lower sneakers than I did when I wore higher ones.
Good point.
So there's always a study that can prove whatever point you want.
Yeah.
So I just go by just
I
real
think,
life
but
experience.
I think you become a donkey with high tops and such a sorry athlete, you don't get hurt. Because every time I put them, I'm like,
it does feel weird now to put on high tops.
Yeah,
because they
dog.
feel like boats. Like
They feel
so
like
you get so
yachts.
accustomed to wearing low cut shoes.
Yeah, I love your point about how you just tapped out. He was like, "That's it. That's what I did when I was." I remember I was telling you when I was young with art. I just tapped out. I was like, "It's not that deep."
Yeah.
I don't understand people's psyches and like identities wrapped into like they have to do that. Like, are you guys like that? Like, when you grew up and who are you gonna be? I'm gonna be a fireman. I'm gonna be whatever. I was like, I just want to get there. Like, I want to get out. And I think a couple things I can do. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to help kids, and I wanted to play sports somehow, some way. But it was like, I had like assortment of ways to go get this. Did y'all have that, or y'all were like kind of laser focused on how y'all wanted to
I
achieve
wanted to do
success?
different things.
You did?
I wanted to be a sports agent. That was really a sports agent and a lawyer. Outside of like playing a professional.
I can see that lawyer in you.
You
boy.
argue
Yeah.
like one,
You
so
argue
yeah.
like one.
No, I am.
I was like, no. You won the case. You still arguing.
I still want to be a lawyer. I just don't feel like doing the schooling for it.
All right, Kim Kardashian. No.
You can be
She's
one.
the motivation, though.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, because here you don't have to have a degree to take the bar. I mean, you don't have to go to law school. I mean, you know what I mean.
You just study and then
Yeah, you can study for the bar.
The way you just struggle through that, you ain't going.
I mean, hence I'm not a lawyer. So, there we go.
But I love you had a choice though. You asked like, did you aspire? At least for myself, there was no choice other than you have to go to school.
You have to
every
own a
day
liquor
after
store.
school. You have to go to SAT prep classes, AP whatever class. It was just school, more school, come home, homework, and that was it.
With the end goal of being a liquor store owner or what?
Go to college. There was no career. It was you have to go to college, and that was it. You
Did your
gotta
parents go to college?
Yeah. My mom did. My dad didn't. No, they both did. Both do.
So they wanted you to be super smart. Is this the whole Tiger Mom kind
Yeah,
of?
it's a whole like it'll open up avenues for you, but there was no conversation about what we were saying earlier with what about the relationship building aspect, the social skills aspect. Just being book smart alone is not enough.
No, nothing.
And that's where I'm course correcting too. The relationships matter. The people you meet matter. I mean, just connections are so important. You can't just be smart because if you're in a room, you're really smart, but you can't sell your message. You're the dumbest one in the room. No matter how smart you are.
You don't need to be book smart to sell Hennessy.
No, you don't need to be book smart. Yeah, but
said
that
to sell
first
Hennessy.
generation
You don't need to be book smart for that.
It doesn't hurt, but
Anybody
you're
can
right.
sell it.
charisma, charm, that's not book smart. That's
I know.
a different
You
skill
need-
set. Yeah.
Right.
You don't even need. I've come to this realization, and tell me y'all with me. You don't need jack. You just need somebody who got more money than you to give you
To
something.
believe in.
like that, isn't that business? Like, I just believe in you. Or like if you knew a billionaire who all of a sudden you just ran into at the tennis place, and then he was like, "Damn, I love how you play," and then he was like, "Damn, I like how you talk." It's like, you got anything going?
That's
and then
what it is.
here, like that is not a school, is it? School of Hard Knocks? I don't know what the
All
hell.
you need to do is know how to talk.
Yeah. I agree.
It don't matter
I agree.
what school you went to. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. If you know how to talk, you can get anywhere in life you want.
Gotta be able to
Just
talk.
off of
Yep.
that. You can
Yeah,
talk
to
your
get
way
the
in every
gab to get you
situation.
somewhere.
That's a skill set.
At the same time, I push back a little bit. One, just because I'm trying to defend my degree and hope it means something. Because shit, it did when I was trying to go there. Now it's like, why you go there? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You don't need all that. But when you're there or on the process of getting a degree, you learn so much. It's like almost a training ground to learn to talk. Because when you first land on a campus or you land somewhere, you are forced to be around these people. And if you don't want to talk, all right. And you'll quickly learn how far down, unless you're an athlete probably, you fall down the pecking order in terms of respect and reverence. So I think what I liked about school wasn't even like, I don't remember jack about school. I don't remember jack. Like, I mean jack. Like, because, what did I say, Jack? Jack. But I do remember the people. Like you said, I learned that I talk to people, and I learned that I don't judge people because rich guy is not as happy as I thought rich guy would be. Poor guy is not as bad as you thought poor guy was going to be, i.e. And I just learned that in a small scope that you could take and expound to the world at large.
I think for you specifically, although I know you were a great athlete, so coming up like on your way, even though you got an Ivy League degree and all of that, I don't think you got this far because of that stuff. I think you got this far simply because you got the gift of gab.
You think that?
Yeah. Because there's plenty of people that have Ivy League degrees, and you put them in a room and they go in the corner and hide. Like they don't know how to work the room. They don't know how to talk to people. They're not like so.
Maybe
all
not
of that doesn't like it's great accomplishments, great accolades to have.
Yeah.
But if you know how to talk, it still will take you places that all that other stuff.
You know what?
get you.
It's interesting you say that because I was having a conversation with a parent, and their child decided to go to a college that no one has heard of, and then there was another parent there who was saying, well, my child has a choice between two schools. And it was Georgia Southern and Alabama. And I was like, all right, what do you want them to do? And they were like, what's the end game? And I was like, well, I don't know yet. Maybe management, business management. I was like, well, if you don't know, I think Alabama. Why? Because I think you go somewhere and you got a multiple icebreakers. Like, even if you don't know about Alabama academics, which I don't, I do know about their football team. Right. I do know about their basketball team. I do know a way to get into the conversation and what, no matter, gift the gab, if you can talk to anybody. But level 2 is people want to talk to you because they got an association with you. That's what fraternities are, right? Mm-hmm. So going to any school that you all of a sudden got this built-in connection or megaphone, the other people want to connect to you, makes those who don't talk as well easier to work with and easier to do some business with. I think that's why you go to school. Like, it's just an association.
It's networking.
College is there for you to grow up.
Yeah.
It's a resting spot for an 18-year-old to become an adult.
Yeah.
And then it's also a barrier to entry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of jobs won't talk to you unless you have a college degree. There's even a commercial out now where the guy is interviewing a girl and it's like at a hotel, and he's like, do you have a degree? A degree in anything? She's like, no. She's like, what's your degree in? He's like, dance. And she's like, you know,
commercial,
like,
yeah.
that don't mean shit, but it's a barrier to entry. So you got to do it.
You got to do it.
If you're gonna be there, you might as well take advantage of it.
I love
That's
all
watering down too, though. Degrees have been watered down.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody got them.
For sure. And the most
No, I
richest,
hate that.
most successful people
Don't have them.
are walking away from school to
Yeah.
start their business, especially in the tech world now.
But most successful is also, you're talking about the top 0.001%. The degree is just a checklist for the average person, right?
Sure.
It's a checklist item to give you an opportunity to find that next step, whatever that might be. And to your point, college is that go be an adult, figure out what you want to do. Maybe you don't figure it out in college, but get that degree so you can give yourself a chance.
Right.
I think degrees still have a high value for this. Not the unicorns, not the 0.01%, and not even maybe the 1%, but a lot of them have some degrees, but whatever. It's because people have money, people have success, people have ownership, people have access and understanding with the technology, and now they realize, oh, I could just give this to my kid without that middle step of spending $300,000, $500,000, or oh, he knows what or she knows what they're going to do because I have something. I just think there's so much IP out there now that people are just be a part of this business. Whether it's the liquor store, like you grew up with, that's IP to me because your dad has something to hand you, to give you, you could work for, and it's going to come back to you directly, right? And I think that's the only reason I went to college is this is a necessary evil to get to a place where I can own something, right? And you can do that without college, I'm certain. Obviously, we see success stories like that. It just becomes a little different task, it seems. Yeah. Well, you went to college. You
Wait,
say,
what happened?
Richie, are you pointing at him I thought, Justin, you
went to college?
Yeah, you went to college.
Yeah, he ain't
did you finish?
No.
Right.
I
So
have a year left, and I
is-
started working in entertainment, and I'm like, I was going to school for marketing, and then I was just like, that's not even what I want to do.
Slang these
right, and
keys.
it hasn't slowed you.
Cocaine don't mean no
I
degree.
love marketing, but I was working in a company that if I really wanted to switch into marketing, I could have did it without the degree.
Yeah.
And I always knew, even at that age, actual work experience was going to get me further than just the degree. Like if somebody's fresh out of college with a marketing degree, and I have 2-3 years working for a corporation in marketing, I have the upper hand.
Yeah.
You just figured it out early, but you went.
Yeah.
That's the important. You went, figured out what you wanted to do.
No,
instead
but
of-
I knew what I wanted to do before I went. I went because my parents.
Your
wanted to.
parents.
Okay,
And
so you were
that's
forced.
What I'm saying
Okay.
is,
I didn't-
you already had your plan.
Yeah.
You saw it wasn't going to help your plan,
Right.
and you went and you executed your plan, and it worked out.
Let's move on. I love it because he learned what 3 years you went, and then
Yeah. Yep.
that fourth year, I can hand out flyers.
The third year I was
Without
doing
this degree.
the third year I was doing all online because I was already working. You know what I'm saying? I was already working in entertainment at the company.
Yeah.
So all my classes were online. So I wasn't on the campus. So it was like I was already disconnected from it because I wasn't even at the school.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
If you were there and that heat would have Heather and them, just let you know, you doing marketing on campus, you a man.
They was there the first 2 years.
I know. Oh boy. Well, let's get into this. I don't even know if y'all care. Did y'all watch Michael Beasley beat up on Lance Stephenson in that 1v1? Okay. I want to know, what did you think of the 1v1? The lead up was crazy. It got wild. They had some enema stories. Let's just say that. At least Michael Beasley did. And the best 1v1 you can think of all time. Like, damn, if I could see that one, that would be sick with it. So what did you think of it? First of all, this one.
I mean, I knew Beasley was going to win.
I know.
They call him the greatest one-on-one player ever. And every superstar says it.
Really?
Like, I've heard LeBron say it. I've heard Kyrie say it. Like, I've heard
KD?
everybody say it. KD said it.
What
And so-
happened to him then?
Well, he has.
He does?
Yeah.
It's something?
Yeah. he got
Okay,
some
is
stuff
it
going
clinical?
on with him.
Or no?
Yeah, I think it was. I remember him talking about it, but I don't
Okay.
want to say the wrong thing because I don't know
Right.
what he has. But I know he got some,
Okay.
issues.
Yeah.
And
All good.
I think, I don't think being professional was his thing, which is why he didn't last in the league that long.
He had a 9-10 year career, so
He
that's
did, but
respectable.
He was supposed
Oh,
to.
hell
Wasn't
yeah.
he number 2 pick?
Yeah.
So he was supposed to have a way longer. He would have had. I mean, look at him now. He still is playing. He ain't been in the league in probably 5-6 years maybe.
Yeah.
So why him and Lance Stephenson?
Because they both one-on-one players online that talk all day.
Oh man, the entertainment value, the talking, the banter.
They both
I
play
watched
all the time
it,
online. Lance is putting clips of him playing in gyms and against people. Every
Lance
week.
almost got into fights during the game. That was part of the entertainment factor. The crowd got involved. Lance is getting in
push
on it.
this guy off. Yeah.
It happened twice though.
So y'all watched it? You saw it?
I mean, it was
watched
close
it
for
real
a while.
time?
Yeah, it was close for a while.
Real time.
And then towards the end, Beasley just
Lance
started
would have
pulling
won
off.
if he just kept shooting threes instead of driving on Beasley. He
But it's
tried
'cause
playing the
Beasley
inside
was,
game.
Was bully ball, making him feel lesser than.
Yeah.
So he started trying to prove that
He
he could
fell
do
for it.
too, and
He fell for the trap.
got baited out his game.
What about the marketing? Was that over?
It was great marketing.
You loved it?
Yeah, that's why we talking about it now.
That's a good
'Cause they
point.
Having
marketed it.
Kyrie there announcing the game.
Yeah, that was great.
The sexualization of I didn't understand it. Like I just came in like, why is he talking real Diddy to this dude? Like whatever that is. Like, did you not see all these clips?
I didn't see that part. I just
Oh.
watched. I
Give it
just
to
watched
you.
the
Did
game.
anybody-
I didn't see the lead up.
I
The
watched
lead
the
up.
game. I didn't see
Oh,
that.
go back, y'all. Go back.
I'll take
saw-
your word for it.
Oh boy. I mean, these flags would not be here. They were throwing them at Lance. He's like, I want to see you greasy. Yeah. Like it went there. I can't even
It's
do
the
it.
same when that blew in LeBron's ear or whatever he did when he was in the court.
No, let's just say Beasley would fit perfectly right next to Marcellus right there. It would need a trash can full of flags.
Especially if he wanted to lose 3 pounds.
Oh, he blow big. That boy blow big, he said.
Oh, you want to hit him, huh?
All right, give me your 1v1, like, all time.
We already know what the all time is.
No, we don't.
Say
Who
what
is
I
it?
think
Jordan
is
and
Bird
Kobe?
and Magic.
Kobe and
There we
Magic,
go.
yeah.
Jordan, Kobe,
It's
really?
Kobe
Easiest
and
one.
Jordan. Yeah. Kobe and Jordan. I think Durant McGrady is a great one.
Penny and T-Mac.
Yeah.
Penny and T-Mac.
Oh.
We had a
T-Mac.
Penny and T-Mac.
Now, who is that, though?
Penny.
Oh, come on.
Penny.
Come on.
And I'm with you with Penny being a better player, but in a one-on-one,
You're wrong
Here's
twice.
Here's the only reason why I think Penny would win that, because Penny can guard T-Mac better than T-Mac could guard Penny.
I don't know about that.
T-Mac couldn't stop nobody. At least Penny was a
Hold on,
formidable
y'all.
defender.
Why we just skip over LeBron like that?
Because he's not in
He
this
ain't got no
conversation.
bag?
ain't nobody trying to see that.
I don't want to see LeBron play one-on-one against anybody.
Ain't nobody.
You don't? Why? Too much bully? Too much big ball?
His game is just not like on a one-on-one.
Yeah.
He don't have the squabble. He don't have the that's just not his game.
What about Steph? What about Kawhi?
I think LeBron
We're
and
knocked
Steph
down?
are great
Versus
team
who?
players.
But why Kobe? Because it's funny.
He's a one-on-one player.
And Gilbert, I'm so glad Gilbert Arenas said it, because I told Kobe this, because it became a thing that I hated Kobe, because I was doing my shtick on against the Lakers, because I love the Clippers. So then that turned, first I just loved the Clippers. It wasn't that deep. Then they turned it into, oh, you hate the Lakers. How you live in LA and don't like the Lakers? I was like, no, I just said I like the Clippers. Oh, y'all won't smoke. I can talk. So then I started talking bad about the Lakers. And that turned into, well, because Kobe's Kobe and he's on the Lakers. They're like, well, you hate Kobe because you talk bad about his team. And I did not. So Kobe privately, we used to always laugh. And he told me, I was like, dog, one-on-one, I don't know, dog. And Gilbert Arenas said it. Kobe he had multiple moves, 3, 4, 5 moves, pump fake all day, right? And they said, and Gilbert said this, he said, if Kobe was so great, my moves were better than Kobe's. And they were like, what? And he was like, I only had one move, maybe 2. He was like, because the first one worked. If not, the second one did. He said, I ain't had to go to my 3rd, 4th, and 5th because they worked. And that's where I'm coming from. Like, if you watch Kobe moves, be real, respect, rest in peace. Like, come on, man.
Later 24 Kobe, but
I don't
not
agree with Gilbert. on
Yeah,
that.
not number 8 Kobe. Come on now.
Which one?
Even
Was
24.
Shaq?
Late, I'm talking about later 24, like
24
after
was
like
cooking all of these young
2012.
players, all them guys that was coming in, like
Yeah.
the Rants and the Hardens, like all of them.
Yeah.
He was destroying them.
I know. First of all, I'm a Kobe. That's my
Counters
favorite
on
player.
counters.
You know what I mean? But so I'm just saying
Counters.
Like, but I'm saying like he didn't start doing the counters until like
move.
about 2009, 2010.
So what years
the
you
game
talking about?
slows,
Like,
game
give me the
slows.
Give
Kobe.
me 2005 Kobe.
Okay, so
Versus
scoring leader.
And first 90,
81
95
point
Jordan.
Scoring leader, but not
81
winning a
point-
ton, but scoring
81
leader.
point Kobe.
81.
Yeah.
That Kobe was unstoppable.
Yeah, but the best one-on-one players are probably not championship
Oh,
winning
yeah, no,
players.
no.
You know,
They're
I'd
not
want
gonna
to see
because
Jamal
they're
Crawford
one-on-one
playing
players.
one-on-one in his prime.
There you go.
That's a good one.
You said,
I want to see
Jamal
Jamal Crawford
Crawford.
playing one-on-one in his prime. That's street
I
ball
mean,
right
he's
there.
a great one-on-one player, but
He would
there's a
beat
bunch of players that would beat him.
Jamal would beat Kobe.
We're talking about
probably-
offense. You don't even play defense on one-on-one.
I'm sure they played
I don't
too.
even wanna-
I'm
bet.
sure
I don't
they
even want to
played.
acknowledge that.
Yeah.
That was.
Who beats Jordan? Kobe? Kobe beats Jordan, or Jordan beats
I
Kobe?
think if there was anybody that could, it'd be Kobe.
So that means Jordan wins.
I think Jordan wins too.
I think it goes either way. It depends, because Jordan didn't have the three ball like Kobe does.
Yeah, that's true.
Penny versus Jordan.
Kenny?
Oh, Jordan.
Penny.
Oh, Penny.
Anthony Hardaway. 1994 Penny.
That sport is weak if this is all we got. Like, it's kind of weak. Oh, Jordan, Kobe.
Because we don't want to see LeBron play one-on-one.
I want to see
Period.
No, Shaq.
Penny was too
Would Shaq
shifty.
win?
Penny was too shifty for Mike. Mike always had problems guarding
that's what I'm
shifty
saying,
guards.
yeah.
He couldn't defend him. Like, we talk about how great Mike was as a defender, but look, every shifty guard would destroy him.
Iverson.
Yeah.
Damn,
You ever
it's
seen him guard
crazy.
Rod Strickland?
Yeah, he was nice.
He couldn't stay in front of him.
I
At all.
never
Kenny
thought this would be
Anderson?
such
Yeah,
a.
but nobody could stay in front of Rod Strickland.
I know, but
Like,
Jordan, we always talk about
nobody.
Jordan, how elite of a defender he was, but he could not stand in front of shifty guards. Like, he just.
Well, first of all,
Scotty could guard some of them.
Yeah.
Jordan, he couldn't guard them at all.
What about Kawhi? Not shifty enough?
You talking about the one-on-one?
Yeah.
Nah, he's just boring. I don't.
I don't know, but I don't know though. Like versus Jordan.
There you go. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Like, you sound like that.
I mean, it's just like
I'm like, is he gonna get the bucket or not?
Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward, but I don't want to watch Tim Duncan play one-on-one against anybody.
No, I don't
Like,
think
know
that would
he's
go
gonna shoot
well.
Backboard shots all day, like that's cool, but it's not something I would want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, the entertainment value matters, but no one would. That is the weakest.
Remember, the original one-on-one was supposed to be Dr. J and Kareem.
Ooh, yeah.
They played though.
Did they play?
Yeah,
Who won?
Kareem.
As I thought.
They played at the All-Star game.
Well, then I need Shaq
There's
to play.
footage
then.
of it. It's on YouTube.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
You know, I need Shaq. to
Sky
play.
hooks all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he big
Take
dog.
this elbow.
He was too small. He was just too small for him. He couldn't-
So with Shaq, who would be the if they had a tournament? All the players who've ever been in the NBA, who would actually win it? Could it be Shaq? If
you
Kareem
can't
could be
put guards against.
No.
centers.
We just did Kareem and Dr. J. So now we're doing that model. Who would win the pyramid of all the basketball players ever? Who will be in the finals of that? Shaq,
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan versus LeBron.
Jordan or
Or?
LeBron. I don't know.
Who would
I
they
don't
be?
know. 'Cause
I
if
don't
you-
know.
if you
I
including centers. then
Have y'all
LeBron-
ever watched basketball? Y'all have?
I would take. I would take somebody like a George Gervin.
I was gonna take a Wilt.
Oh,
I'll take Wilt.
Wilt. I was
He
gonna
was
say
fast.
Wilt. Somebody long.
He can't- he
somebody
ain't-
with moves.
I'll probably take Wilt.
Long removes.
You look at that. That's like cocking a hammer back.
I was like, how long?
2 more inches.
How much weight you trying to lose?
Where's the bathroom? Where's the toilet?
How long you in for?
I ain't talking to y'all no more. Hey, let's get to this story. Oh man, WNBA recap. Oh, we gotta get into
Same
this.
thing. You almost said WWF.
I know.
Same entertainment show. Go ahead.
Oh, say it. All right, so there's a couple of conversations. Y'all just go where you want to go. We got to talk about how they're having games on the same night as the NBA Finals. Hey, that ain't it. Angel Reese article saying how bad she's looking in terms of Caitlin Clark has more assists per game than she has points per game. She has more. She has 500 rebounds, 500 points. She was the fastest to that, but she has more rebounds than she has points, Angel Reese, which is like, oh, I thought she was a different animal than that in terms of scoring and all-around ability. And then Stephen A. Smith's kind of coming down on the WNBA and their resentment towards Caitlin Clark, not petting the GOAT properly. So forum is open. What do you think, Eugene? Which topic you going into and what's your thoughts?
I mean, I still want to give Angel Reese some credit. We talk about she has more rebounds and points, but so what? You got Hall of Famers like Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman, guys that they feasted off of their rebounding. They weren't known for scoring. Ben Wallace couldn't make a layup. He could dunk the ball, but he couldn't make layups. He couldn't make a free throw. I don't think Dennis Rodman could make free throws either. So it's not, if we're comparing Caitlin to Angel, it's never an apples to apples. It's not a fair comparison. They're not same caliber talent.
Yeah.
Caitlin's the savior of the WNBA. Angel Reese is just another great player who may become more like a Draymond Green. I think what the coach was saying about her before the injury was she can pass the ball, create plays, rebound, score a little, can do a little bit of everything. She's not a one-dimensional player. Hopefully she can be a little bit more. But
she's not, or
she's not. She's not a one-dimensional player. She can make passes.
Oh, okay.
Right? She's got to work on the shot. Everyone hates on her for that, but she's.
You're not the type of coach that I would want to play for, because you will pick anything to give what I'm doing some credit or validation.
Well, because if I'm her coach, I'm there to try to help her succeed and help her find her role. I'm not there to just say, you suck, get out of my team.
But
if I just got her, right? If I just got her, and this is her first year, second, if it was fifth, sixth year, get out of here. Like, you're not improving. But it's her what, second year, third year?
No, I didn't even go to that extreme. This is her second year. My thing is, I don't want to hear, if you think more of me, that somebody who just got limited and you say I should be there or I should be okay with being like them. I'm like, dog. Like, I like a coach to tell me I'm good at this and I suck at this, and therefore you are this. And right now you're less than what you should be. And I think that she's marketed as Caitlin Clark, and we know that's not right, but whatever. Take it, girl. You winning. It's just like, I feel like we getting fooled. Like, I feel fooled if I don't see more out of someone who gets a ton of attention. So that happens in every sport. When somebody gets a ton of attention and then you start watching and you're like, man, they overrated, or they whack, or they don't deserve all that. And then you feel the backlash. I think she's just going through the backlash of people who thought there was more to her. And I think there's more to her too. But I don't want her to get comfortable being Rodman. Like, if there's more to her. And
she's
Rodman
shown it, though. She's shown that year-over-year improvement a little bit. She can take three-point. I mean, it's not the prettiest form, but she can make three-pointers.
She can.
Her
she can.
Her field goal percentage went from 39 last year to 31.
She's trying to take more shots.
Yeah.
She's missing more layups.
No, but even
And
with the best NBA players, as soon as you add a three-point shot to their game, their percentage comes down.
No, because that's two separate percentages, though. Your three-point percentage and your field goal percentage are separate.
No, the field goal percentage is.
No, it's a part of it.
It's part of it.
It's part of it.
The three-point
Field
shot
goal
factors
is-
into your
is-
field goal
is-
percentage.
But field goal is
If you're a mid-range guy shooting 50% and decide to add a three-point game, your field goal percentage is dropping to the 40s.
But that's why they shift. That's why they have the
Oh, they have
three-point.
two different.
They do have two
percentages.
different
Yeah,
categories.
it's the three
Field goal
percentage
is all.
specifically for.
Yeah,
when
but
you
I'm
step
talking about
out
the field
and
goal
shoot threes.
percentage. It's a combination of both. It's all your shots.
Yeah.
It's all of
It's
your
a field
shots.
goal.
Twos,
Yeah,
threes.
that's
It's a
true.
field goal.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
that percentage is going to drop by
But-
default if you're taking more threes.
But once again, the coach I don't like is the coach who says that, oh, it's okay, you're shooting more threes. It's like, no.
But that's
In
how
the-
she's improving, by adding that dimension to her game.
No, by shooting it don't mean you're improving it. It mean you're trying it.
Well,
but
you-
here's the thing. She has the her field goal percentage is the worst in WNBA history in the restricted area. Now, that's crazy. Like, think about it. Like,
Yeah.
every woman that has ever played,
Which is where most of her shots come from.
yeah. Like, you can't even hunt.
Which was what I was trying to get to when you said the field goal percentage. You're saying, oh, her field goal percentage is going down because she's taking more threes. But then you said her three-point shot is getting better.
Yeah.
So that's why I was confused when I said there's two separate stats.
Call them out, smart
Because
guy.
that means the
3
three-point
year-
percentage would be going up. But if her three-point percentage is going up, then that
Not
means her
necessarily
field
her
goal
field-
percentage would be going up too.
Not
Because she's taking
necessarily
more
her
threes
three-point
and they're
percentage
making
is
more.
going up. She's taking more. You can't get better at something without doing it more. Repetition,
That's
practice. You can't get better without doing it. That's just with anything.
But then if you're taking more and missing more, you need to stop. So it's like
But is it
two things can be
Yeah,
true.
yeah, right. You got a
It's
soft
only the
spot for
second
women's
year.
sports. I don't know why.
He's a nice guy.
Like, because that's not fair to them.
Right.
Like, you think if
ain't
you
helping
keep
them.
doing this, guess what you're going to do? Turn everybody off to like, oh, he just over there putting them pander puffs
No,
on
but
her.
you can't deny the fact that she's the best rebounder in the league. She
Oh,
is the best. She's
yes.
number one in the
Number
league.
one.
So we're hating on someone who's still the best defender. I have a soft spot for her
You
because
said defender?
not defender, sorry, just
okay.
a rebounder. I have a soft spot for her because my favorite player growing up was Ben Wallace.
Oh, sick.
Terrible offense. You're not going to get a bucket out of him. You get
Favorite
5 points.
player?
Yeah, he's my favorite player. I mean, like, take out Kobe, Jordan, but one of the guys.
Not
Well,
your
that's not your favorite
My
player.
favorite player in terms of.
Here you go get better.
Here, so no, let me rephrase that. I could never see myself playing like Jordan because I can't shoot. That's not my game. I knew who I was. I can't shoot to save my life. So I had to watch guys like.
if you take more shots.
I tried. But my offensive game was Ben. I get my 8-9 points,
Boy,
just
that
like Ben
lawyer,
Wallace
that
did.
lawyer and you coming out today, he twisting you up. How many me bounds you gonna get?
A lot. I actually got a lot of knee bounds. You can ask my buddies that played with me.
Me bounds. Me bounds.
It took me 3 offensive rebounds to get 2 points.
I can't believe it. I really want it. I really root for her, and I really root for her in a weird way because I just think that she's so captivating. Like, I want her game. Like, I don't like Sha'Carri went through this with me. I saw her run in high school and then at LSU. Like, and she left early, and I remember like fascinated. I was like, oh, we're gonna get us a FloJo out of this, and then it kind of went off the rails, and then it got back on. But the point is, I know how hard it is to just be on a team, let alone in the NBA, WNBA, or pro sports, let alone people who are watching for you to be a star. It's so hard to just make it to the pro sports. Duh, right? So when everyone's like, yo, we know you. We heard about you. We watching you. To have them see you at your best, see you doing it, like getting some, right? And right now I just see she's like, I just see like everybody's tuning in because she's not putting up the proper fight to Caitlin Clark. Yeah. And in college, you did, like whatever that was. And that's why I'm a little disappointed. Like, and people think it's color-based or politics or who she is or what she dressed. Move with the girl power because I don't believe in boy power. Like, if you powerful, you powerful. My mama was bigger. My mama whooped everybody in here ass. My mama was gigantic. And you too. And New Yorkers like, nah, son. My mama put hands on you. My mama put hands on you. My mama was like Donald Penn up in here, dog. But the point is, I just don't like that we're watching something or her, and then this ain't her best foot forward. And I think it's distracted. I think she's distracted. If I had to guess, I'm like, she got a lot going on because ain't no way you ain't improved this. And some greats have showed her and told her that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a little disappointed in her because honestly, as controversial this may seem, I think she could be the face of the WNBA if she just worked on her game. Mm-hmm. And I know somebody say, yeah, she works on it, but whatever you're doing is not working, and you need to change it. Just like how Anthony Edwards had said he was working hard until he did the tryout with the Warriors. Yeah. Steve Kerr told him you weren't working hard enough. So he had to go back with his team and revamp his whole workouts. Mm-hmm. You can't be a professional player, male, female, whatever, and be this poor at what you're doing. Yeah, like you're getting worse. Like she's 6'3".
And
you're missing
30%. But she's not the first
and you play in the paint.
To start crazy. Strong and tail off. There's plenty of NBA players who are rookies of the year, #1 pick.
Once again, there go that coach again, sophomore slump.
Tailing off is different. She's not tailing off. Tailing off means she came in. She was really good, and now she hasn't been good at all.
She hasn't gone up and plateaued.
Right. Yeah. And she's missing layups, and she's 6'3".
But she's also not going straight down.
And she also is leading the league in rebounds. Like, we can't act like everybody doing that because nobody is but her.
Part of this is also another reason that the WNBA is in a bad space because Stephen A. called Caitlin the GOAT. Or I don't know if that was Stephen or you called it that. Either or, calling somebody the GOAT that's only in their second year.
No, I don't think he called her GOAT. Just the golden child. Like
golden child.
They call her golden goose.
Yeah, golden child. Yeah, golden goose. That's what she is.
What she is.
But she low-key might be the GOAT. Because you look, she broke records already, like all-time records in her second year.
Yeah,
it's too early. They're already saying Paige broke her record for earliest to quickest to points or assists.
First one, but Caitlin was like right there. It was like a point or two off. But I think she has is it the most assists?
She had her assist game, her triple-double. She has the most triple-double. The thing that it just really just as a fan / athlete in me is like, wow. Like, I was ready. I got my popcorn ready. Like, you invite all your boys over. Like, yo, we about to watch. And this used to happen when I used to watch some of the Tyson fights. Everybody, and you're like, either A, that was, I got excited because it happened so fast, or B, you're like, what happened to Mike? Like, you know what I mean? Like they took away something that I was holding so dear. And I really was pumped because I did not like the WNBA before. And I like those individual players. I just didn't like them when they transitioned from college to the pros. I was like, and I mean, they can act like they want on Mike. I called some people out. I've had real conversations. They were like, we hated it too. Like, we played 13 months of basketball because we played WNBA and we had to go overseas to get our money. They hated the whole thing. And I'm looking like, now, this lady, Angel Reese, if she plays the game right, can help them become a legit league. Because Caitlin going to do her part, it looks like. And then I'm like, oh, man, who we going to wait on now? So maybe it's just Juju and just let her be the rebounder.
Have you seen this thing on Instagram now where every time she plays, there's a bet? Like, you can put bets. You can put bets that she's going to miss
missed,
her first
right?
shot.
They've won how many in a row?
And it's been like 7 games in a row
Oh, man,
where she misses her first shot.
Yeah.
And people are literally betting money on that. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
That's cold.
It is cold, but that's...
And I know she sees that.
It's not cold. See, that's the love I want for the women. See, the only way they're going to be where they're supposed to be is if they go through the hell to get to the heaven. Yeah. Like, every sport does it. NBA went through this. Boxing went through this. Like, NFL went through this. And like, we can't keep saying, oh. Like, we got to stop saying, oh. We got to start saying, come on. Because Halliburton doesn't have identity. Halliburton doesn't, he floats around for 3 quarters. Like, that's why he gets all that comes his way, the praise and the criticism. That's the cost of the praise.
I think we also forget that there are levels to women's basketball. And that's kind of what the thought I had when I was reading about this whole thing. You get to the pros, and all of the tall players in the pros can hoop. Those women can go.
So I wanted to go back to
and it's not easy for her to score buckets, and she doesn't know how to do it.
She's
obviously,
missing wide open layups.
She's shooting 30% for her career.
No, but who was saying she's supposed to?
30.8%.
You were saying, I think Justin, you were saying she was supposed to be the face of the WNBA at some point, but I never saw that aspect to her game, even in college.
No, I didn't say she's supposed to.
Because to Richie's point, they're too big in the pros.
Yeah, I didn't say she's supposed to. I said she could be, based on a bunch of different factors.
And
like,
I think the world assumed that she would be because of the face-offs in college, and they were competing for national championships. So I know I just assumed that she had a bigger skill set that was well-rounded. I didn't realize that her strength was only going to be in
They didn't
rebounding.
win because of her, though.
Well,
I only said
she was part
the
of it, but-
star of LSU. She was the star, like unquestionably.
Flo J will say something different.
no, but Flo J wasn't the star. Angel Reese was the star.
She was the star.
And I say
And
Angel
transfer.
Reese would have been the face because of different factors. Like, she's a name. She's a face. Like, she has all of the intangibles that, like, we're talking about her right now. She's not even that good. But we're having this conversation because she has the star factor in her. So all she had to do is match the game with her persona and everything else, and then I feel like she could be the face. Like,
You
put
nailed
together.
it. That's it. This is why I'm fascinated with her. It's the YMCA coach in me. You know, that community coach who sees all these kids come in and you be like, yo, this one and this one, if they just, you ever do that? If they just, and everyone is watching them. Everyone follows them. All the other kids want to hang with them. And I'm like, but this won't last if you don't take care of what got you here and what everyone is watching, which is your game. Ultimately, your personality is going to run out. Character's going to run out. And that game better be answering all calls. Because if it doesn't, we don't love you like that. Like, Brock Purdy was amazing. And Mr. Irrelevant, oh my God. And then people start turning on him. And then you had the ball again. He got his contract. Good. But the point is, people going to turn on her, and it's going to be ugly. And I see her as a shining light. I watch a lot of games. There's only 3 that I really like, damn. I mean, 4. Wilson, Angel Wilson, but I don't think they're going to rally around her. I don't see that. I see Caitlin. I see, what's her name?
Angel?
CTE. Angel and Kelsey Plum. God love her. Lord, if she, I don't know what she's doing, but if she could just
You just threw
It's
her
working.
in.
Hey,
She
she's a
ain't
spark
even
now.
in the
She's with us.
conversation. And you
Smash.
brought her.
That boy's smash. No, she got something to her, but no,
Yeah,
it ain't
she
her.
got something
Skylar
to
had
it.
that at one point. too.
Skylar
She-
had it.
and
Yep.
She didn't capitalize
That's
on
what-
it the way she should have either.
That's what I'm on. Because
She could have been the face.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
She got the face.
She got the face. Who?
There was a lot of.
I'm talking about game and whatever that is, that curating,
It
that
factor.
The it factor. Angel Reese got it.
And you brought up Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
You think about they pretty much play the same position for the most part. I think Angel's like a 4, maybe Aja's a 5, either or. But as good as she is, Angel is still the household name.
Oh, I know.
So that's why I'm talking about star factor.
Yes, by far.
She's somebody who's in her position that outballs her at a much higher level and doesn't get nowhere near the press or attention that Angel gets.
We saw her at a Clipper game, literally across. I told MJ, I said, "You see who that is?" He's like, "Who?" I said, "Angel Wilson." He said, "Who's that?" I said, "She played WNBA. She's like 3-time MVP." He was like, "Oh." He knows Caitlin Clark. He knows Angel Reese. They're like, that's crazy. And he wants to go to a WNBA game. Literally said it the other day. He wants to go.
I think it's a lot of pressure on Angel,
Oh, yeah.
and I think she might have discovered the yips, like how they do in baseball.
Oh,
How the
yeah.
shortstop can't throw it to the first baseman. That's her with those layups.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks
It's
like.
it's a brain disconnect.
They in her
But
head.
it's also her whole game. Like, outside of the layups, even the way she shoots, like the way her form when she shoots threes is like a little kid. It's like you learn how to shoot like that when you're like 10 because
Right.
you're not strong enough to get the ball all the way up to the rim. So you push.
That's a good point.
And you
She's
push it from
6'3".
low.
Right.
There's no reason why you shooting like
But she
that.
probably wasn't taking three. She probably played the paint all her
She
life.
started off as a point guard.
Oh,
Right,
wow.
and
I can't
even
excuse
the,
that.
even the some of the greats were talking about her game. I was reading this morning after you sent out the topic. Like Lisa Leslie said, "Oh, I can fix her game."
She said that.
but this was a while ago.
I remember.
She was like, because she brings the ball too low all the time.
They worked out together.
And she
One
was
time,
trying to
probably.
teach her how to
Didn't get it.
keep the ball high. And I even saw clips of Angel Reese working on keeping the ball high. But that's something that she's gonna have to break that habit because she's probably had it since she was little.
And to me, that shows I don't know how much she's actually working to do it. Like, yeah, you could go a couple times and practice it, but a prime example of that is Lonzo Ball is 10 times better than she was as an NBA player. He came into the league with his shot looking horrendous, but he was actually making them. Like, it wasn't a high percent, but he was making them. He revamped his whole shot in the offseason.
Yep.
And now he shoots like a regular, normal jump shot. This
good
is now
now.
her second year. That form looks exactly the same. So it's like, how much work did you put in
And
to
it's
actually
giving her the same result too.
Yeah, giving worse results.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
your percentage is going down.
Yeah, this is more than just I want to see an athlete do well. This is like I want to see a sport do well, and they hitch their wagon to you, and I could just see it. I know how it goes. We all do. They're gonna unhitch, and then when you try to reload, I don't think her game is great enough. That's gonna warrant her to get back on, and they're gonna put the marketing machine behind her. Then they're just gonna use her up for like vanity purposes, and she's way better than that. But if she don't get that game fixed, she's gonna be in trouble. Let's talk about these NCAA athletes getting paid. They won that loss. Let me say that money coming. Y'all got a response to all this money coming to these kids and retroactively 2016.
Wish I played
lucky.
in 2016.
Pay him.
That's what
Pay
I
him.
Yeah,
I love NCAA athletes getting their money.
I love high schoolers. I love elementary kids. If you
Anybody,
can't-
right.
Anybody.
Pay them.
Yeah,
Pay that
toddlers.
money. Yep.
I do. But I got a friend that hates it. He hates it. Oh my God. Every time we hang, we talked about it yesterday. Oh man, what these kids? Man, these kids are transferring all these schools and they're getting paid to go everywhere. I was like, coaches too? And he's like, yeah, but they need to restrict them too. I said, well, why restrict them? I said, what's the real harm? This is when I'm like, what's the real harm in paying athletes? They're gonna spend it all out here. So let me have it to spend it. You know what I mean? You rather keep it and you spend it? You know what I mean? I just don't see the opposition to this and why it took so long to even get to this place.
Does he hate capitalism also?
No, I don't think he does. You know what it is? I'm sorry. He just got a kid. He got kids. And
Free world.
I know. It's hard, but it's hard. I mean, I'm with you. And I talk to him directly. I'm like, dog, they got to get better. Because they're good enough when they're at a place and then someone gets now. If your kid goes to high school and tries to walk on, don't walk on. Walk off. They have recruited. If that's school worth a damn in sports, they know who they gonna play because they have recruited those kids. Or you get there and you think you got a starting job, and then they're like, yeah, that point guard from New Hampshire just transferred in. Sorry, son.
Right.
And that's where the parents are. Their hearts are bleeding because they're paying tuition at a school where they recruited a kid from New Hampshire who now starting, who will come in there day one. And that's happening everywhere worth a damn. So that's what I get that's tough. And look, if it happened to MJ, it happened to MJ. Boy, you better get in the lab. Like, what you crying about?
Work harder.
You got to
It's life.
Work harder or drop the art, drop the tennis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, work instead of that. But that's the challenge ahead.
That's why you don't give out participation trophies.
Why?
Because you get older and you get in these situations, it's not going to always be fair. Everything is not always going to be handed to you. Like these kids, like you just said, somebody go in there, like you wanted to walk on, and they've already made it pretty much assign that position to the kid they're recruiting.
Yeah.
You just got to work harder.
But
can't just accept that.
Don't you get a participation trophy in life called experience? Like, it's not a certificate, but every time you go through something, whether you learn from it or not, you went through it. And your body recognizes it. Your body keeps the score. Your mind has it as data, whether you recall it or not. Like, all these things come to it. Like, we're energy beings. You don't create it or destroy it. You just transfer it. So,
yeah, but that's an experience.
Yeah.
That's not being praised.
But Justin, are you
A trophy
referring?
is you're being praised for something.
Are you referring to
good
the
point.
kids that there are kids who want the participation trophy because they're probably not going to play it again or really care about the
they
sport?
shouldn't have played in
The
the
ones
first
who
place.
love it, they're gonna
they suck. They know their future.
If you was going to quit, then
exposure.
you didn't need to play
Exposure.
anyway.
How do you know if someone's going to like something or not unless you expose them to it, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
The
can
kids.
expose them to it, and if you want to quit, that's fine.
You don't get
I'm
that.
not going to give you a trophy.
But in your example, the
just because you
kids.
showed
You don't
up.
get no exposure trophy. You want an exposure
No, but
trophy
the
too?
kids who get the participation trophy, I'm
Sorry.
thinking about the ones who use that as motivation, inspiration. Is what is this BS? I don't want this.
You are a really good guy. Because you literally be trying to find the best out of every scenario. Like even with Angel Reese and her bad shit.
I told Richie I'm a
But
half
what about
glass
if
full
she did
kind of guy,
this?
and yeah.
No, you're not. You're a full glass. I'm a half.
Don't change. Don't change,
I feel
Gene.
like you
Yeah,
make
don't change
that's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not with making things too easy.
No. I'm
for
not saying
somebody.
easy. This is a kid who gets the participation trophy and says, "I'm using this as fuel for. I never want another one. I don't want a participation trophy. I want the first place trophy. Get rid of this trash."
You know what also drives that? Being the kid who didn't win,
And
watching the
didn't get no
other kids
trophy.
get the trophies while you sat there with nothing.
Yeah.
That will also
not
fuel
both?
you to be like,
Why not both?
I got to get that trophy. I think getting that trophy may take a little bit, the participation
not
trophy
talking
may take a
second, third,
little
yeah.
bit out of you because it's like, all right, well, some people will literally be happy with just that.
Man, we're going to die not knowing this answer between nature and nurture, but it's really like the parents. It's really like your DNA. Like every trainer and every coach knows you can't out-train DNA. So someone's kid who walks in that gym and you know who their daddy or mommy is and they were something, you grab that kid. And you got another kid who's working hard and trying and going, you can see something in them. You're going to walk by that kid and say, come here after this other kid leaves. Because you can't out-train it. It's mammals. It's like there's this species of like that's why Carlos Boozer twins are Carlos Boozer twins. Like, you know what I mean? They're insane. And it's like, oh, your daddy's Carlos Boozer. Okay, I get it. So we have to respect the DNA, which is the nature, but then the nurture. I hear too many parents, they coddle their kids in sports. They just really do. They're happy they're on a team. They're happy that they're playing or not playing. They're unhappy, but they're not seeing the bigger picture of this is life skills being translated through sports. You need to tell your son if he can't catch, he can't catch. Not, okay, let's work on catching. We know we need to work on catching. Let's get to you can't catch. Now, why you can't catch is easily to be fixed. And I'm going to tell you how. Or it's like you're not fast. Son, you're not fast. So you got to use all your other weapons instead of stop grabbing the fast one. It ain't there, right? And I see that happen. I hear it in the crowd. I'm like, oh, you're not telling this boy what he got. You're telling this boy what he could be. And I'm like, he ain't it. And that's the conversation I love. I love sports because Shoot, man. It's the only place where broke could be rich, short could be tall, tall could be weak. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nowhere else. Like, everywhere else, rich is rich. Get in line, bitch.
85 can be turned into 80.
Yeah. You can lose that weight. Like sports is silly, man. And that's why we got to really fight for our sports and fight for its protection of the meritocracy that does exist. It's not 100%.
But you also have to nurture DNA.
Yes.
Because just because you got the DNA doesn't mean you have the spirit or the ethic to make it work.
Absolutely.
And that's where a lot of pro athletes come in handy, because you teach your kid how to think and how to think like an athlete.
That's
like
a
I
great
was glad my daughter ran track, because I can't teach her how to run track, but I could teach her how to think as an athlete.
As an athlete.
And my ex-wife played 2 Division I sports. She could teach her how to think as an athlete. But we couldn't be on the sideline saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was glad about that. But if she was upset about something or even successful about something, we could sit her and say, hey, this is how you think about that. This is how you grow and add something on top of that success.
Right.
Or how do you fix that failure?
Oh, man, I know. It's crazy. Like Angel Reese, there's one word, Eugene knows it, that could fix Angel Reese. What's that word, Eugene? He gonna guess it wrong. It's tough. Yeah, that's like how you did me with that Patrick. You know Patrick, right? Remember that time? Oh, Patrick. Corey. She need Corey as our trainer, the dude that just hoops. Oh no, but
That's any athlete.
That's bad.
Aspiring athlete.
No, this dude's silly. But I got checked one time. I got checked, like that whole thinking like an athlete. I got checked. I literally changed my approach with MJ, and he showed me. And I fought it, and then Jesse and Corey kind of, but Jesse really brought it home for me. So MJ is better if you let him just be MJ. He's not better if you try to make MJ be something, like coach him up. Nah. I've got enough resume to see it. And it's because he's already like thinking. He's a thinking kid, right? You know, he's not tightly wound. He's kind of loose and thoughtful. So he's like, he sits with his legs crossed on the bench. He's just thinking. But he plays, he's thinking. He's like, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to, and he mad if you ain't, and he mad if he's not, you know? So I'm like, I used to give him a little extra, like, hey, go there, go there. And I was like, oh, this ain't it. And I learned it in track. Because in the track, we were warming up one time, and I was trying to get his start right. And boy, he had the worst start ever. Mm-hmm. And I said, all right, I'm not going to coach you up anymore. I said, you know, we've been in practice. Go do it. Gone. I said, damn. So then now in basketball, I don't know if you even noticed, I don't even speak anymore like that.
What do you mean? Everyone can tell. Sitting there by yourself on your phone trying to pretend you're not watching.
Well, that's when he's not playing. I'm like, I'm not actually watching. I'm like, these motherfuckers. No. But yeah, I ain't speaking no more. I'm like, and now Anna Marie, I brought her down a notch or two, but she's still there. I'm like, baby, we got a backyard. We got to practice. You're like, let them kids get it, because that's how you figure out the puzzle.
Figure it out.
Well, also, what you said about him being a thinker makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you are trying to teach him something on game day, it's just gonna frazzle his mind, because it's not muscle memory.
Yeah.
But
right?
you're not teaching in the moment, though. It's more just reinforcement of, I don't know. What's a good word? Maybe simple things like, hey, you got to rebound. You got to box out.
Yeah,
We're not
it used
teaching
to be
them
that.
plays.
Okay.
It
where
used
to go.
to be that. A lot of echoing of effort and hustle and all
run,
that.
yeah.
But then it was like, nah, you'll be all right. You're going to figure this thing out. So
you're not the
love
only
that.
one. I would say it's true for all of the parents. I'm not yelling anymore either.
Yeah.
I can say that for myself, because just like MJ, Nathan's a thinker, and you can see it when he's thinking, because he starts moving like a robot, hesitating, not finishing that play, just kind of going through a motion of, wait, I'm supposed to go here then there, instead of, why are you going to where there's 2 defenders just because you got to run that play? Go where it's open. Don't just run the play. So.
I think they're raising accountants.
No, that's a lot of the kids. And MJ's.
Damn right. A big ass one though.
No, they think. They all think. They all think.
He gonna look like an athlete and not be one. I'm like, your life sucks.
Honestly, I hate to see that. I hate when I see somebody who's like
I know.
6'8".
I know.
And they work a desk job.
I know.
It's like you failed in life.
That's the worst.
I know.
You had everything given to you,
And
this is where you ended up.
Every time you see somebody like that, you were like, boy, if I had that, if I was.
There's a viral video of Cam Newton doing that. He grabs this little kid. It's a beautiful video. He grabs this little kid, and there's another kid he's talking to, and he's like, you don't want it. He's like, do you know what this kid would do if he had your size and you don't get to see the other kid? And he's at a coaching clinic or whatever. He's like, this kid, and it's just an itty bitty, but you could tell he a grinder, he a dog. And then this other kid, probably gigantic, looked the part and just don't want it. And that's the beauty, once again, of sports, of how it can really get those stark contrasts, and you can find a way to overcome your ills. Like, life is harder to overcome ills than it is in sports. Like, you know, like in sports, if you just not got it, you could get some. In life, you ain't got it, it's gonna be hard to get some. It's gonna be harder. And that's why the rich get richer. Well, let's talk through this.
That's why Travis Hunter should have had a prenup.
Nah, he that special species. Look at him. He look like Justin. So I keep trying to get that on you. You look like Justin today, at least.
Freak athlete, yes.
Yes.
We do have that in common.
Let's talk about these riots going on. We can't leave the house. It's ICE riots and anti-ICE.
You live far
right?
enough.
Huh?
You live far
I
enough.
do.
All right.
I'm LA adjacent. Let me say that. Nah, man. Long story short, everybody knows what's happening in LA once again with protested rioting. National Guard came out. It's getting politicized a little bit in terms of the response. So Trump sends out the National Guard, Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom saying that's doing too much, which is kind of like, do too much. Like, not my politics. Like, every time I used to go to a high school game and the police were there, and I used to hear my homie like, oh, man, they over here sweating us. I was like, I wish there were more. Because I know Chris Shaw, Dorsey game, I know how this going to end. Yeah. The final gun. Yeah. Pap, 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 pap. Yeah. So I'm like that. But in all seriousness, what we see here, I just want to read this off real quick. So we got the ICE DHS framing the operation as necessary to remove the worst of the worst criminals from the streets. All right? And then the protesters, like, they're claiming this is illegal in their tactics, lack of due process, you're targeting the working class immigrant communities without transparency, and then the government locally asserting that the federal outreach and state violations demanding de-escalation and procedural review. So everybody, like always, is split on this. Eugene, you got to protect your daddy's store. What do you got property down there? No, I don't know.
Too.
What do you feel about this?
I don't have enough facts. The only facts I have are just what I heard from the
You never
mayor
going to
from
prepare
Karen.
for the show or just?
No. So I was watching it yesterday because before the NBA Finals game, they were showing it live.
Yeah,
you couldn't
it's
watch
real.
the game because they were showing everything that was happening on the streets.
Yeah.
But it's tough when, is it former mayor? What was he saying? He's saying, what they're doing is wrong because at least give.
Who was they?
What ICE and what the police are doing is wrong
Oh,
from the
right.
perspective of they're taking these guys who can't see their families and their
Oh.
kids. But if they're here illegally, is ICE technically doing anything wrong? So it's tough for me to have a point even when I don't even have all the facts. Who's getting detained? Who's getting arrested? Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting arrested for blowing up the police cars. That's what I saw on TV. They're blowing up police cars, throwing bricks at the police officers. So it's just.
Well, the problem most people are having is that there's no due process.
Yeah.
So people are just getting grabbed up and shipped off.
Yeah, and that Paul's right there. Look at them. Look at our boys over there. Yeah.
Because
Hey, our production staff, all Latino, they like, yeah, we listening to this.
the wording is off too. Because when Karen Bass said they raided a Home Depot, my first thought was, why are they going inside Home Depot and taking
The one on
people?
Wilshire. I heard about
What do you mean? Is that a joke?
No, I was listening.
I mean, look, we live in stereotypes.
I know, but the
You
way
know
she
why they
worded
went to
it,
Home Depot.
she
Because
was
they're
talking about
standing
the
out
street
there.
corners, not the actual Home Depot employees. But she's saying they raided Home Depot.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
Well,
Yeah,
because
you know what, right?
Yeah,
immigrants
Oh,
go to
okay.
Home Depot to get
Yeah,
picked
that's
up.
But they're
all
not
the work.
inside. They're not the Home Depot employees.
No, but
Well,
she
worded it
employees are
as-
working, nigga. That means they're probably.
Where they were, yeah. Yeah.
There's
Where
no
they were or
due.
where they
There's
were
no
not.
due process.
No.
And you know, the buzzword that you read in there was a big ass buzzword in there.
You wanted it
It said
again?
worst of the worst.
Oh.
They're not getting.
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
Worst of the
not
worst.
what's happening.
Nah.
You know, there's people who are family people
Yep.
and taxpayers and regular citizens.
That's what he said. They are taxpayers.
Who may be illegal, but they're just regular folks.
Yeah.
And they're scooping them up. They're trying to send people to freaking Libya. You know what I mean?
Libya's back in the news.
I mean,
Remember that?
seriously, and
And they're
sending
not even
people
from
to
Libya. That's-
Venezuela and sending people to countries they've never even been to.
What is that?
They're not even from Libya.
But so if they are going to raid people, so they did raid that club with.
It's crazy. No, but I have friends, and they're saying they're Spanish, and they're just coming up to me and asking me, am I
Yeah.
legal?
Right.
Know who you're going
Yeah,
after.
they're not supposed to do
Don't
that.
just go after anybody.
That's right. They're just pulling people up
Yeah, they just
and
pulling people
demanding
up.
paperwork, and you know they're pulling up tourists. I saw them pull us a tourist they were in New York and they arrested a lady who was a tourist and left her 12-year-old child on the sidewalk.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
she's just a tourist.
It's
You gotta know how to do it,
They
man.
did that at a graduation this weekend. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at
The
graduation,
The video
I
of the
seen
grad,
that.
and the parents were just like running out, and kids are like crying. Is it with the teachers because they don't know if they're gonna see their parents again because the parents
crazy.
just took off.
Yeah.
And I think what to try and because we all know it feels inhumane. It does.
inhumane.
Now, and a lot of times we don't live in a humane realm. We live in man-woman gender realm. You live sometimes in by your locale, and you kind of get all these associations and forget that's another human being. I think what they're saying, and this is interesting, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. They're trying to put this in the protective order of necessary evil. You said no due process. They're like, no, the process is you didn't do it, and that's called legal. And so since you didn't do it, there's a loud siren that you should have heard, you will hear, which is you either do it or we're coming for you. So now it's like the humane side of all of us is like when we got to see it. It becomes transactional. It's like we're going to go here and who did it, who didn't do it. And I'm talking about being legal. If you're not, I don't care how you are living, good, bad, or ugly, let's go. And that really sucks. And what I've been beating myself up over, because I love to have a trade-off. No solution, just a trade-off. Like how do you handle this properly? And I'm like, there is no proper way.
There is no proper way.
Right?
Because they're
And
just doing it by law.
Yeah.
And law takes away the humane side. Law sometimes
And that's what sucks about
No
it. 'cause
emotion
when
with it.
You watch it, you drive by the freeway, all this stuff that's happening in our backyard, and you're like, I had two friends lose family members. One was going to the grocery store with 3 kids,
You know what's crazy
and
about
That's crazy, man.
he gone.
that's
you
tough.
know,
you
as
imagine?
messed up as that sounds, I mean the reality is also if we went to any other country,
Oh yeah,
the same exact thing happens there. It's been allowed so long here that it's just become normal
That's
behavior.
bingo. I agree.
So now when something that is considered the norm is now getting corrected, it just looks crazy to everybody. But we can't go
But
other
it's-
countries and do that.
It's more.
And I
than
think
that.
it's wrong,
It's
but-
more than that though. I mean, that one kid, that one gentleman, they photoshopped that he had MS-13 tats on his fingers where he didn't.
Oh, I didn't
They
see
sent
that.
him away,
dang.
and now they're bringing him back and charging him with
that guy.
trafficking.
That
and
guy,
he wasn't
yeah,
a
yeah.
trafficker. He's just a family dude working. You know what I mean? They're picking up this lady, dragging her off the streets of New York, and she's a tourist who's here legally, leaving her 12-year-old kid crying on the sidewalk with nobody to help her.
I
That's
agree
not,
with you.
That's
I agree
that's
with
not
you,
happening in
but-
other places.
That's mistaken identity.
They don't even let
What do you
you
mean
in.
mistaken identity?
The
There's no such
MS-13.
thing.
They'll
There-
lock you up.
No.
Well, there is such
Know
thing.
who you're going after. Just don't pick anybody,
They're just
man.
going random and
Yeah,
just
they
going
just
at
pick-
everybody.
How do you know that for sure they're going randomly?
Because
They are. They are.
They are, Gene. Read
They
up
had to
on
let
it.
some
I'm
go.
asking. I'm
Read
just
up
saying,
on it. That's how you know.
Yeah.
You
But
read the
he's asking-
testimony.
I'm
You don't
asking
know,
because you
Richie.
weren't there
Read the
either.
stories.
No, but you weren't there either. So how can you
I'm
know for
saying
sure
I'm
it was,
reading
it was
the
random?
I'm
It
reading
wasn't
the
random.
reporting on the stories and people who are U.S. citizens getting shipped off to other countries. U.S. citizens.
I haven't heard that.
They're-
Are they
they're
dual
competing-
citizens?
they're
You can't be
competing-
here
they're-
legally, be a
they're-
U.S. citizen, and be the citizen of another country either.
What?
You can't have dual citizenship here.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
my
about?
wife
Of course
does,
you
yeah.
can.
My wife
course
I'm
does.
you
thinking about
can.
other countries. Okay.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my wife's Canadian.
They
My
scooped up-
kids, they're Canadian and American.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They
You
have-
absolutely
oh,
can.
No, there's certain. Yeah, no, I
She's-
was thinking.
I'm African and American.
No, I was thinking somewhere else. I was thinking somewhere else.
This isn't a how do you know they're doing it. They're all
No,
you got-
again,
all
I'm
you
bringing the
got- all
human
you gotta
element.
do
These
is-
are human beings that are being asked to enforce these rules and whatever the law is. There's bound to be mistakes. None of us are perfect.
Gene,
Because I hear you too. You're saying it's
I mean,
written.
what he's saying is not wrong.
Oh, yeah. You can't.
You're
say-
telling me you've never made a
He's not-
mistake?
he's
Like
not
I'm gonna be
wrong.
walking down the street and think, "Oh, that's Jamie Foxx." No, it's not. That's Denzel. I made a mistake.
They all
happens
look
to me
alike
every day.
They all look alike.
I'm not Jackie Chan, but okay.
Yeah, you can't hold your stand so steadfast that you don't understand or respect mistakes are made.
mistakes are made.
Okay,
like
so you
sending-
just named
sending-
some.
Yeah, 'cause
Sending
we're talking about one
Abrego
person
to El Salvador, and he's not an MS-13.
My wife went to Burbank. We supposed to be at LAX. It happens.
If you
Yeah,
get
but
500, let's
but
say
they
you get
didn't
500
line your
right.
wife up with 500 other
I
people,
wish.
but naked in a prone position.
But let's say you got
okay.
500 right and you got one wrong. Do you
Thank
just
you.
ignore the 500
You
that
throw
were
out the
right and
baby?
talk about the one that was wrong?
You talk about that one that was wrong because that one that was wrong meant everything to the people who are wrong.
I agree.
I agree
And
with
that-
you too. I agree. I'm not
We're not
disagreeing with you
disagreeing
there.
with your
We're
point.
So,
But
no,
you're not understanding
You're
his
saying
point.
you're saying how do you know this is happening?
no, I'm talking
No,
about the one
stay
person.
still.
I'm talking about this
Don't wiggle.
specific
That's not what he
example.
said.
Don't wiggle. He
said
asked you.
I asked about the
500
MS-13
we
one.
got
You
right,
said,
one
how do
wrong.
I know this is happening?
No,
how do
then,
you
but
know?
then he passed.
No,
that.
we're way
He
past that. We're past
And then
that.
he was like,
You're on
but people
second down.
make
We're on third
mistakes.
down. Now look,
Second down's better than
500 we got right and we get one wrong. Do you understand that that's part of the process?
Yes.
And
Yes,
I don't
but-
want to say respect, but basically you understand that that's
Right.
going to happen.
Right.
Okay.
But do you understand also that by putting in wording like worst of the worst dehumanizes people?
Well,
So
They're talking about those that it applies to.
So that means that what they're trying to do is get you to agree that all of this is okay.
Not all of it, but the
including
2-3
the
weeks ago, they
mistakes.
raided a club and did it, and arrested about 25 or 26 Taiwanese people that fit that worst of the worst description. Good, get rid of them. We don't need them.
there it is.
No, but my example is in a club.
I mean,
they're doing
there's
illegal
some
activities,
terrible
drugs, and all
parents,
that.
too.
You're right.
Just because you got a
you
kid
know,
don't mean
yeah,
you.
There's no. I mean, that's what we're saying. There's no right way to. There's no right way.
I mean, the
it's all
right
ugly.
way is the perfect way, which is imperfect because no one's going to do it perfectly, which is be a citizen. And like we passed that, all right? That toothpaste is out the tube.
Well, that's why.
So how you getting
that's
it back
why
in?
Due process is so important.
I know.
So you can figure it out
Yeah.
before people get shipped away.
But I mean, Marcellus
Put
is
'em
going
in
to the
front of
accountability
put 'em in
part.
put them in front of a judge,
But they-
and find out if they're supposed to be,
whatever
and find out if
percentage-
the story is right, because they're making
So
shit up.
okay, so you are fine with raising your hand really high to pay for that whole process when there's another process called you're supposed to be a citizen. Okay, I picked you up if I'm ICE. I'm sure they have some due process. I don't know it to the detail. But mistakes will be made, and you're pointing out the mistakes. You're not pointing out the rights. How many thousands and thousands they got right. And then how many were the worst of the worst, whatever. But to me, I don't even care about that part. To me, if I'm going to say where I am, I'm like, yo, I am not a citizen in other countries. And if they want me out, okay, I get it. I wouldn't have expected to stay without them having a pushback or consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm Brittany Griner, I'm not doing what you did there because I know there. right? And I think almost like, isn't that it's not the same. Isn't that somewhat the same in this respect? You know you're doing something wrong, and then you want to get away with it because you're doing right now. But you did something wrong to get to the right. I don't know how else you do it. The toothpaste's out the tube. How are we going to get some of this back in is the conversation.
Can't get it back in. I mean,
so don't try?
You gotta add due process to it.
Man, you gonna have
you have to add some due.
I got a lot of stuff.
I mean,
I'm
if somebody is
I'm paying for people who ain't supposed to be here too. No. And this ain't a lot of times people take this as a Hispanic or they take it to the ethnicity. I'm taking it to the citizenship. Yes. It could be a black person.
Yep.
I'm like,
bingo. It's not about the race.
I'm paying for you, dog. Like, cause you ain't paying for me.
Right. That's a bigger point because they're making this like a specific race thing, and it's across the board.
Yeah, it's
all over. I haven't said anything about race.
No, but it's all over.
Just like worst of the worst is another trigger phrase. They started going ICE. It's like poor with black. You know, it's like inner city with black. Yeah. It's like it's some other people here too, but you know, a lot of times they umbrellas it. And I think that this one has got an umbrella, unfortunately, where it's all Latinos or all Mexicans in LA. When it's like, no, I think it's a little broader issue than that, obviously, as you brought up the Taiwanese.
Yeah, they're not targeting just Hispanics. They're targeting anyone that's not a citizen or falls under.
But see, I don't have a problem with that, Eugene, as long as you know the citizen or the guy that's not a citizen or the woman that's not a citizen. Go after the ones that you know for a fact. Don't just go after somebody that, oh, he's Hispanic, he got the tats on.
Yeah, but none of them are disagreeing with you on that.
Okay,
point.
Nobody.
Yeah, none of you are disagreeing.
Trip,
with
you
on
couldn't
that
make
point.
it down Crenshaw.
But no, I'm saying that's why these people are rioting.
What's happening.
That's why they're rioting.
And there's no due process.
And looting right now because of that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I admit that it was a joke, but there's a time where, first of all, we know, and this is unfortunate, but you can't get the toothpaste back in the tube. So, growing up, I knew don't wear Dickies, or I'm asking for an increase of volatility.
That's a brand.
Nah, you give him a pass on that.
Don't wear Dickies.
That's a brand.
I knew not to wear Dickies and Cortez. I didn't just double my chances. I tripled them because it starts to get. I knew not to drive that car. Don't buy the Cutlass. You know, buy the Toyota Supreme. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, et cetera. And this is the code of like this world. And don't get tatted and don't be like, don't wear my SAG and don't wear this flag. And people are like, and I hear people sometimes, and I've had arguments. They're like, you should be able to do whatever you want. Be unapologetic and I was like, all right, get shot up. And not just because it's a law enforcement, they're going to come, hey, what you doing over here? It's because guess who else knows that code? The people who are actually it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm really banging. This. You think I just wore this because this is fresh? No, this says something, homie. You saying it. So what you want to do? And I don't understand that. And people always get lost in that. And they think, oh, man, you don't know what it is. You lost yourself. I was like, there's certain things I just don't do. And it's all about percentages. It's not zeros. It's not 100. I'm just trying to give myself the highest percentage to get to tomorrow. And in this situation, you got to be the government. You got to come down, and you're just trying to get your country back in borders, intact, in security. You're playing percentages, and they're not going to be 100% right, and you're not going to be 0%. And it's just unfortunate people getting caught up in it.
I got a quick question for you because I know you feel very strongly about them picking the wrong people, right? Did you feel as strong about that when boatloads of people were coming in illegally? Because you don't like that they're doing it this way, but this is happening because of how people are coming in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So are you equally as mad at that?
I think you have to control your borders. Yeah.
Yeah, but are you equally as mad as all the people that
Can I
came
answer
in
that? Hell no, he ain't.
Right. I want to hear. I want to see how you felt because I could see that you are upset about how they're dealing with it, and I'm not.
Well,
you're not wrong.
You know what? Mistakes will happen, right? I agree with you.
Yeah.
You have to have a margin of acceptability for mistakes. Mm-hmm. But when you know it's a mistake, and then you're trying to double down and act like people don't know it's a mistake, and you're trying to and you Photoshop tats on somebody who doesn't have tats.
Yeah, I mean,
because you don't want to say we made a mistake.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well,
And
corruption
that
runs through
becomes-
all.
And that becomes authoritarian.
Yeah.
And they hope that it's going to go away. And
Oh,
then,
man,
and then they bring him back in, and
that's
then
an
they start
exception, though.
charging him with stuff that was never an issue.
Never talked
before.
about.
Yeah. I'm not
You know
making
what I mean?
light of it, but how many times did you hear somebody you grew up with, and I'm making this assumption because I grew up with at least one person in here. He said, dog, they pulled me over, and next thing I know, they got all this stuff on me, and they planted this, and they did, and I'm like, damn, that happens. Like, they, you know, corruption. Yeah. And you can't do anything. Like, what do you do in that? Like, they pulled you over, and then they planted something. Like you said, Photoshop, that's like a plant. That's like a digital plant.
Absolutely.
Right. And then what do we do? You riot, you protest, you do all the things that they're doing, but the biggest difference is they're pulling you over to plant something, and it's under suspicion that you may be doing something, Trip. These people, they're not under suspicion. They're like, yo, we grab people who are actually illegal, and then corruption kicked in, and then imperfections kicked in, and some people got caught up in the wash. I just don't know a perfect way to do it. But you got to do something, don't you? Or else, I mean, let the world know America ain't tripping.
I think it's a better way to do it than they're doing it now. Because, it's
But
got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we've survived this long
system we
and
have.
thrived this long without doing it like this.
Yeah.
Well,
So why do we have to do it like this all of a sudden?
but for the past couple of years, there's so many places where people were complaining and
Yeah.
begging for help
Taxpayers.
because it was getting out of control. The violence and the crime of a bunch
And
of
the
people
cost.
Right. So
People were saying, and losing their jobs. Like, let's not go deeper than this, but we can. Where you have a company and you want to have some people off the books, and then you got them working, and guess who ain't getting that job, and who can't demand a wage or minimum wage or demand even higher than minimum wage because somebody gonna do that. Like, that's how it goes. It's a wild world. Politics suck because it's just you just talk and you move and you act, and then nothing's perfect, and it's like. Yeah, it's always upsetting. We got time for one more in here. Let's do something. You want to do something lighthearted, or you want to go deeper?
Throw that flag, man. No.
Intimate.
We go deep.
as he threw the flag.
He decided that was a good idea.
Let's go deep. Nah, let's not go deep. Let's go with this. Y'all saw the Grammy one? I never knew this. So yesterday I went to the Roots picnic, which was insane.
Was it really?
Oh man! First of all, I'm not a fan of live bands for rap because I'm like, I need to hear the 808. I need Rick Rubin with long hair.
Roots,
That's not
gotta
true.
be.
You told me you love
Roots
Big Daddy
gotta be,
Kane
bro. They
live.
always-
No, I did not. Little Daddy came. That little son came. I hated that. But, I love their songs as I bought them. And if I'm going to buy a ticket, don't change the song. Don't do that. But they do it. And I'm like, all right, it's a genre. I get it. So I'm going to the Roots picnic yesterday, and I'm like, I know they about to just band out. But it's the Roots, so that's fine. Yeah. But I don't need, let's just say, E40 banding out. But E40 banded out. Listen how they did it. They came out Roots first, and it caught at least me. I think everybody was going like, they the headliner. Why they first? And then they came out and they start rocking their stuff for real. You're like, they coming in hot, like they playing the hits. And then next thing you know, Goody Mob walks out. We got Goody Mob, and then they still are banned. Wake up! They still are banned. Sleepyhead ass Jenkins. They banned in. And they banned in the Goody Mob. Do, 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 do. I'm like, what? All right. So they playing the song for real, and then it's just they adding effects live band, like they do in New York clubs and stuff. So then it's like E40 and the DJ Quick and just like Lil Kim, and you're like, dun-dun, dun-dun. The best song that was there, no lie, they played it twice. Shook Ones, Havoc. He was still, rest in peace, Prodigy.
Live. They did that live?
Dog, no, wait. It sounded like this. I'm not lying. I don't know what instrument this is because I thought they may have played it, but it was like this. Boom, boom. And then it's Questlove like, boom.
That's dope.
And it was, man, there's a war going on outside.
I gotta look on YouTube to see if I can find that.
Oh, you gotta find it. I mean, literally, people were jumping. I mean, it's an older crowd, it's us. we were jumping.
So there was no jumping.
We were tiptoeing in the air. A lot of creaking.
We were me-bounding. We were Angel Reese. I got jokes. I'm doing all of this lead up because we're going to get into this when we're done, I think. We got batteries still? Yeah? Like 1 minute? Look. All right. Which one of these artists deserves a Grammy? And I mean Grammy in the sense of they don't have any, and they were the greatest, basically. You answer it your way, though. Tupac, 0 Grammys. Never knew that. Biggie, I got to fact check this. 0 Grammys. Ice Cube, 0 Grammys. Snoop, D.O. Double Jizzle, no Grammys. DMX, no Grammys. And Busta Rhymes, no Grammys. Who are you going with? Terry, music aficionado?
Well, I actually looked it up, and the Grammys didn't start doing the hip-hop album of the year until 1995. So,
but they were doing rap in 87, 88,
yeah.
Because Jazzy Jeff won.
But I was just thinking, I was going on a whole album thing, and I was thinking, like, for sure for me it was Tupac, Me Against the World. For sure, Biggie, Juicy should have won a Grammy for the single. Ready to Die should have been, Ready to Die should have got a Grammy. Doggy Style probably should have got a Grammy.
So you just gonna make this your whole?
First and foremost is Tupac, Me Against the World. I think it's one of the best rap albums. I think it's one of the best albums of all time.
It could be a song. It could be whatever categories they are now.
Right.
But this one artist deserves a Grammy over all the other 5.
I think it's Tupac.
Easy answer. Let's start there because that was very difficult.
No, I think it's got
Tupac.
to be DMX. I think DMX's peak might have been higher than everybody that you just named.
2 number 1s in the same year.
DMX was on another level.
Yeah, he was
when he
gigantic.
peaked. Like nobody did what he did to that level at that point. And the fact that he dropped 2 platinum albums in the same year,
year.
calendar year.
What do you mean, man?
And his the songs were massive.
Sick. Sick.
So for him to have no Grammy,
You ever play DMX's greatest hits? It is
played them
banger
individually.
after banger after
he's
banger.
got a catalog.
Which one of these artists is not a banger after banger
Yeah,
after
they all
banger?
got those.
Like if a verses, they all 20 deep. Even Busta Rhymes.
They should all have a Grammy.
Nah, don't do that. We are the world.
On that list, they should all.
They all should have a Grammy.
Oh, they should. Yeah. Okay.
At least one.
But that ain't the question. So
I
let's
So I'm
corner
gonna make
you.
it difficult. And
You got to
shit.
make it hard. Let's start eliminating.
Tripping and
Who deserves it the least? I already got my easy answer is Ice Cube. Now that's a lot of bias.
I agree.
You're easy that should have it or deserves it the least? Which one
Deserves
is?
it. Deserves it. Yeah, you caught that. All right, we'll do that next. I think Ice Cube deserves a Grammy. Why? He, of all of these guys, not only was successful, transitioned it in all kind of different forms, but more importantly, he created a genre. Like, people give Eazy-E all the credit for starting gangster rap, even though there were gangster rappers before, the dude, Schoolie D and all that, Ice-T, but they gave Eazy-E the credit. Well, guess who wrote everything Eazy was saying? Q. And then left them and did it himself and then became, it's a lot.
Lynch mob.
But
everybody has their impact.
That don't gift you a Grammy though.
Oh, you know what gets you a Grammy? You wrote Boy in the Hood. Come on. Cruising down, like that's still, you could be anywhere. Cruising, you could be anywhere. That is saying something that nobody, Juicy is the closest maybe.
Do you ever feel at any point that Ice Cube, take your Regency bias out though?
It's impossible.
I know.
But
But
I'm
do
with
you
you.
ever feel at any point that Ice Cube had the best album or best song of that year? Not did he have a great song, a great album, because we know he.
Well,
had
Boy in the
those.
Hood, if you count that, but no.
I mean, It Was a Good Day was a
That's
hit.
It was a good thing.
That's a
Good day.
smash. But
That's
was it bigger than other songs?
What was the year is that? That's that 94,
That's
93,
what I would have
94?
to- that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
you.
that's
I'm
a
trying
tough
to
fact
remember.
check.
Because that's what the Grammy is all about.
I
What
think
was the biggest or best of that particular year?
NWA's first
So, like,
album, but that will be a group.
50.
America's Most
50
Wanted.
should have
Ice
a
Cube.
Grammy.
America's Most Wanted.
50's not even on here. Does he have one?
No,
must
he
have
didn't
one.
get a
No?
Grammy when he dropped "Get Rich or Die Trying." He should have had a Grammy for that, but he lost to Outkast because
that's for
technically
sure.
they had
Well,
a bigger album that particular
and
at
they were
that
better.
time.
So yeah.
I ain't gonna say that,
Yeah.
but at that particular time, So that's why I asked that, because you might have been great. You might have been great, but there could have been somebody.
If it's not
that
Boy
time
in the
a little
Hood,
greater.
the song, if it's not NWA, the first album, I don't think nothing else for Cube it would qualify it. As much as I love America's Most Wanted, I can see that year somebody being right there. I don't know who, and I ain't fact checking it, but those are the 3 moments for Cube. And they're higher. DMX 2 number ones is insane. Snoop first album was goofy.
Snoop's would have been with Dre to me.
Yeah,
The Chronic. The Chronic.
Oh,
That's when that was.
Doggy
that
Style was bigger than the Chronic.
It is.
Yeah, well at least his first week when it hit.
Was Gin and Juice on Chronic or was that
No,
on
Doggy Style.
Oh, that was on
Snoop.
Snoop. Okay.
That's Snoop.
Okay.
That was the biggest rap craze I ever saw. Like bigger
Snoop.
than what Lil
Yeah.
Wayne was, what 50 was, what Drake was. Like that 93, 94 Snoop Pocket.
Yeah.
It ain't been duplicated.
Yeah,
It has
I mean,
not
I
been
think
duplicated.
Billboard says that. Like all the metrics was like Snoop, because you got to remember how he built himself up. He built himself up on the soundtrack,
Deep Cover.
Deep Cover, and then he built himself up on the Chronic.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
That
"We
thing
loved
came
you,
out.
Dre, for a long time, but this dude with that voice
was the
and these
biggest
flows,
thing.
and like the only wave I saw that was equal, and it wasn't even DMX, maybe because I wasn't in New York like that, was Wu-Tang, but that's not the same.
Yeah, they weren't on DMX level.
Yeah, DMX had to beat that M50. So I say,
DMX saved the whole label.
yeah. Well,
Def
Cube
Jam.
created a label.
Warren G.
Oh yeah, that's right.
well,
Give Warren G his credit. Regulate saved it.
Regulate saved Def Jam.
I've seen that.
You do know multiple artists and Def Jam executives, even Russell Simmons, have talked about this. They were folding. They were going under. And when they did that tour with Rough Riders
Yeah.
and Rockefeller,
Yeah.
that's what literally saved them.
But what saved them to even get to that point?
Right, that
was
was
regulate.
That was the second
That's the
save.
second save.
Right.
Warren G was before
Yeah,
the
we
all
are.
that.
No, I'm
9
not
lives.
saying-
This is
yeah.
the first live. All right, so we're gonna get rid of. We gotta get. I say
You can
Cube.
get rid of Buster.
You can get rid of Buster.
Yeah, Buster. Okay,
Yeah.
Buster, you Buster. Respect. Who else we getting? Who's
I mean,
next?
Biggie was the biggest rap artist out when he came out.
Yeah.
You know,
That album wouldn't
He's the
win the
biggest
Grammy.
artist on that list.
That album is sick. Who? What?
I know we got Regency bias again.
Who?
But
Biggie is
he's
bigger
the-
than who?
He's the biggest artist on that list.
He's not bigger than Snoop.
He's not bigger than Pac.
He's not bigger than Pop.
Well, we can't say he's big. He's not bigger than Snoop now because of longevity.
He wasn't
Oh,
bigger
don't
than
do
Snoop
that.
then.
It all counts.
He was not bigger than Snoop
He
then.
wasn't bigger than Snoop then.
No.
Hey,
he sold
hey,
two,
say,
he sold 2 million.
I'm
sold
sitting in
4.
the crib dreaming about
I love
Learjets
Snoop.
and
I love
Coops.
Snoop.
The way
But-
Salt shoops and to sell records like who? Snoop. Oops.
I'm not
I'm
taking
interrupted
nothing
by
from
the
Snoop.
doorbell.
I
Come
like
on,
Snoop.
man.
I
He
ain't
said
taking
it.
nothing from Snoop. But I think at that time, at his peak, he had more hits.
You talking about
more-
recency bias.
No, I'm just saying. I just said I love Snoop. Like I like Snoop.
Love or like?
I like Snoop a lot.
Snoop is
and one of
bigger.
my favorite albums is All Eyes on Me.
Snoop is bigger.
So I don't think so. I think Biggie had more hits and was a bigger star. And
No.
in that window during his peak.
No.
During his peak. But I do
I
think it's
was
close.
there.
I
He
do
was
think it's
not.
close. I don't think it's like a
I
landslide.
mean, we're
think
talking
it's
like
right
Jordan
there.
and Magic and Bird. It's not
Yeah,
like
I
we're
think
talking
it's right
about
there.
Anybody
I mean-
who's a scrub here, but like Snoop was like it was like some Beatles shit in
No,
1993.
first of all, there's no. I think it's a wider gap, and it's in Snoop's favor. Snoop had all of Doggy Style. He had Murder Was the Case, Above the Rim, like all that whole like we gonna start making soundtracks. He had all of them. He had Dog Pound. He had Chronic.
Rage.
Like
Lady
like,
Ray.
I think Snoop had so much popularity because of all the different things he's affiliated with, like you said. But Biggie was just Biggie.
Yeah.
And to me,
No, Junior Mafia. Don't
no,
do
but
that.
no, he was already Biggie. He brought them along, like after.
It don't matter how you got there. I'm gonna tell you. I'm just saying what number of hits you had when you were it. But you're trying to limit it to when Biggie was alive, which is unfortunate, but
No, that's what I said during it at his peak.
at his peak.
The first thing out the gate, I said it's Snoop based on the longevity. But I'm talking about at the peak, I think he was bigger.
God, I can't go there, but I have horrible recall with songs. I think with Biggie's first album,
90.
3 hits, Juicy,
One
Two
More Chance.
Between Ready to-
One More Chance, remix.
Ready to
Remix.
Die and Life After Death had way more hits than Doggy Style.
I
he
like
died.
the second one more.
He died.
He got two. We got 2 hits on the first album. Not bangers.
more than 2.
The whole album bang. Both albums. 3 albums bang. How many hits? You got.
I gotta go back and look.
You
at the
only
track
got
list.
2, maybe 3.
No, on both albums. Or you
No,
said
the first one. 2, maybe
Probably
3.
like 3.
Okay. Second album. Maybe 3, 4.
5.
Okay. Snoop whole album went like. All right.
Nah, every song on Doggy Style wasn't a hit.
No, maybe not a
We're
hit.
talking about hits. We're not talking about songs.
Okay. Shiznit.
Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice.
What's the other with the corrupt?
My name.
Gin
What's
and
my
Juice.
name?
No,
Gin and Juice, What's My Name? Those are the hits.
Oh, ain't no fun.
Ain't the homies had none?
Dog, we already did one album. We ain't even went half.
Those 3.
Those
We
4.
named 3.
We said Gin and
Doggy
Juice.
Style World, Doggy World. It's a doggy dog world.
See, that's not a hit.
No.
Shit.
No
It's
banger.
a difference between songs you like.
I'm saying.
Oh, Biggie had Big Papa too.
Oh, Big Papa.
Don't forget about that.
But we now 3 albums, and he got 6, 5, and we already had 4 with Snoop. I
3.
think Snoop got
We
it.
had 3 with Snoop.
You can go 3.
Ain't
bro.
No Fun, Gin and Juice, and What's My Name is smashes. But see, you keep talking about the whole album bang. Like, yeah, the album is great, but everything on there is not a hit. We're talking about hits,
Ain't
specific
no
to hits.
fun. Gin and Juice.
Well, you just pulled up the thing. You could pull that up.
What's my name? Yeah. I know people like, y'all can't remember shit,
Big
you old
Papa
people.
is
We
bigger.
grown, that's why.
Big Papa is
alone.
bigger than, except for Gin and Juice. And Big Papa is bigger than all of them. Gin and Juice is bigger than Big Papa.
Well, then, Snoop wins.
That's what I'm saying. No,
Ain't no fun
'cause
bigger than
that's
all of
one
them.
song that he got. I'm saying the rest, Biggie songs were bigger than those songs.
This New York LA rivalry continues.
Nah, this is not because I like the songs you named are songs that I still play to this day. So I like.
All right, I'm coming in here strapped. Yeah, I don't.
I
even
forgot
do
about that song.
I'm coming
That's a
here.
great song.
I'm coming here strapped up, and I want to hear it quick so we get out of here. These batteries about to go. Who you got? Who wins the Grammy?
Biggie.
Shooting at him. Oh, are we talking about the? Are we
Grammy.
talking about the topic or the?
Yeah.
Oh, I said DMX. Remember I said that.
Okay.
first.
Tupac biased.
I'm gonna go with
Tupac.
Cube.
I'm going with Pac.
Tupac's.
Yep.
We got Tupac's. We got
shit.
2 cubes.
Pox.
We got 2
Two
Tocs.
Tocs.
Tupac's. And we're gonna end it with this.
Get it?
I'm sitting in the crib screaming.
Biggie
I can't believe I can't believe you
Was that on
made
that Biggie album?
you made an argument for a dude who didn't argue. Biggie said it's Snoop. Oops.
My argument was DMX.
Who?
I said DMX. We talking about on that list. I said
Okay.
DMX.
You're right.
Biggie's my favorite rapper of all time, so I would say.
How you gonna say that, son? Much love to y'all. Episode 33 of the books. Peace. Oh.